enjoy this music while I set up, y'all. This is very important right here. Y'all know y'all sick of me with the Michelle Obama's not a man. You don't understand. So I'm about to break it down to you so you can completely comprehend why I've been going hard like that on my own brothers and my own sisters concerning spreading this satire. You know, again, we all know that we suffer from amnesia, not just concerning who we are as a people, but it's, you know, very other, you know, I mean, we even forgot who the fuck our enemy is. Look at me, I'm cussing already. Yeah, I've been, again, on a war path. And, you know, with good reason, and you're going to find out as to why tonight. So give me a minute. Let me set up, and we're going to get into it. Because, again, like I said, this is extremely important that y'all get this. And once, you know, I put it out there, you're going to know, and you're going to over and understand my point of contention, as you good scholars would say, right? But I'm going to show you some real scholarship this evening, because this is not about me capping for no Democrats, right? That makes no sense, being that my teacher, peace upon him, was Bobby Hill. Bobby Hill was taking his students to cancel their voters' registrations, you know, going back as far as 1999 and 2000, right? So if I know very well, you know, everything about voting and the difference in between voting and casting a ballot and things like this and that, you know, stop moving the goalposts, because many of you, when I bring forth the evidence, you want to move the goalposts and talk to me about Democrats and homosexuals, and no. We're not doing that this evening. And as a matter of fact, we're not going to even have to, I don't have to mention Michelle Obama, Venus, and Serena Williams. I don't have to mention that, right? What I'm going to do is give you a historical lesson on where this shit came from. Who originated this calling melanated women men, and why, right? This is of very, 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 very important, right? That y'all get this, so that you can get off this racist ass satire wave that y'all been riding, you know, based off of your lack of vetting information and based on the amnesia that we have as a people about who we are, who our adversaries are, who our allies are, and so on and so forth. So deal with this commercial, y'all, right quick, while matter of fact, I'm gonna show Michelle Obama motherfucking you know what I'm saying? Don't forget, I'm from Dey-Twah, so I habla French. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, often. It just is what it is. So let's do this, and I'll be right back.
But we was just saying about Obama. Barry Soderbergh, like his birth certificate proves that to be, you know, fraudulent right there. Like,
no, what I'm saying is, she's not Obama though. You know what I'm saying? Like, his documents, I'm not saying that she ain't down with the clique. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, that's a woman and she was born a female. This can clearly be a rebuttal round for you, because like I said, this became big news to most people via Joan Rivers. Now, when you go down her bio, you know, all kind of snakes and squirrels and raccoons and rabbits and all kind of stuff gonna jump out. You know what I'm saying? First of all, let's go to her, where her information at. She was born Joan Alexandra Malinsky. She was born June 8th, 1933. She passed 9/4/2014, September the 4th. Okay. She started to blow up in 1965, making multiple appearances on Johnny Carson's Tonight Show. And in 1986, they gave her own show. As far as her background, you know, she's a Jew. She's a Russian Jew. Her husband was Edgar Rosenberg. Her father was Meyer. His first name Meyer. Sound familiar? No, that's
Michael Myers.
No, Meyer. You know what I'm talking about. That's Yiddish. That's
yeah, Meyer. Yeah.
Yes, that's her father's first name. Okay, her husband, she married a Jew, of course, Edgar Rosenberg. He committed suicide in 1987. After he commits suicide, her psychiatrist dies of AIDS. Okay, now we're going to fast forward back to July the 5th, 2014, when she made those statements concerning Michael being a trainee and Obama being a homosexual. Joan Rivers was leaving a bookstore where she just officiated an impromptu gay marriage. That's number one. So when she's leaving out, she's approached by media. And that's the statement that she gives concerning Obama. It was a gay
first gay president. Yeah, that you said. That was the question they asked. Do you think America will ever have a gay president?
Right. Like you already have it.
You already have it.
But
everybody knows.
Look where she was coming from, though, when she made that statement. She's a part of that world already. She's not a woman. I don't know what happened. I don't know why it passed. I mean, it paused or stopped, y'all. But like I said, give me a minute. As far as a bio, I heard you talk about her middle name, Michelle Levine Robinson. It's her maternal.
Yeah. Levine.
That's her maiden name, Michelle Levine Robinson. She was born January.
That's a middle name. Yeah, Robinson is the maiden name. Yeah.
Levine is her middle name. I'm going to give the rundown of what you can currently find as far as a Google search that we can verify through pictures of her as a girl, as a female. Now if she's trying to say Michelle is a transgender, meaning that she went from a woman to a man, I could buy that, because them children look just like Sasha and Malia look just like Michelle and Barack, from far as what I can see. And I saw the pictures of the Asians, the doctor and all of that.
Ain't no Asian. They're not Asian.
Okay,
so
Asian. Okay, the picture that I seen was like a East Indian and an Asian woman or something like that. But let me finish running down what we got on her. She was born Michelle Levine Robinson, January 17th, 1964. South side of Chicago. She went to Princeton University and Harvard Law School. She married Barack Obama in 1992. Okay. And it's her maternal side. That's from Georgetown, South Carolina, where she claims Gullah Geechee heritage as well. Something else on here. It's actually her paternal side. The pictures, like I said, that was not really proof, as well as being able to pull up her school records and her birth records. Remember, she's not Barack. She's not Barack. Now, if she's born a male and they're saying that she was born Michael, that this calling our women, you know what I'm saying, men, that does not come from us, right? And I'm gonna prove it tonight, and then you'll get an over and an understanding why this pisses me off so much, especially when it comes off the lips of some brothers and sisters who, you know what I'm saying, we have been given mad respect and paying homage to as scholars, right? And if I can do this research, they could have did it too, right? So again, we all know, like, I've been on a warpath with this shit, and everybody seems to be confused. Or why do you care about Michelle Obama? It's not about me caring about her. It's about the fact when y'all regurgitate this racist, skinhead ass satire information that you did not vet, you understand, and even search for the source of it. You know what I'm saying? What we say, primary source and all this and all of that. I'm not gonna be too articulate Again, tonight, I might cuss a few times. So what? You know what I'm saying? We're going to get to the root of this. Bottom line, we're going to get to the absolute root. And once we do that, I don't expect for, a bunch of apologies to come in. I just want y'all to stop doing this shit. You understand? Because, again, this has been, it's embarrassing, right? It's extremely embarrassing. And it also has stagnated the growth of the various conscious movements. Because who the fuck is going to respect somebody who is referencing themselves as a scholar and they're regurgitating racist skinhead satire? That shit don't go together, right? And there are other areas of misinformation that, has spread throughout the so-called conscious community as to where people that are on the outside who may have seen various TikTok clips and YouTube videos with some information that resonates with them, right? But when you say shit like this, when this woman, you can find pictures of her since she was a child all the way up until she is an adult, you understand? Common sense has to kick in somewhere, right? And if that don't do it for you, again, you have to prove, understand. And you cannot prove, because these poorly photoshopped pictures of her and Obama that y'all keep sharing, these sound bits, you know what I'm saying, with him calling her Michael, guess what? That shit ain't real either. Because he was talking about a man named Michael who was a cancer patient, understand, who utilized the Obamacare and reached out, you know what I'm saying, to the Obamas or whatnot. And Obama, he's a politician. So what he was doing was promoting his agendas. What man do you know is going to call his woman another name? You understand? And again, I broke down the etymology of the name Michael, right? The name, of the name Michael, because the name Michael is Michelle. It's the same fucking name. So you claim to be an etymologist and so fucking smart when you're so fucking dumb, right? Again, Michelle, Michael, Michael, right? Michelle. Give me some more. Just like Gabriel, right? Men and women with the name Gabriel. It's a unisex name. And it's kind of, should I say ancient? For you Bible thumpers and you Hebrew Israelites, you would consider that appellation to be ancient. But for me, it is not, because that book is not ancient, right? Anything Greek or Hebrew, Aramaic, Arabic. What am I missing? Hebrew. What did I say? I said Aramaic. I said Arabic and Syriac. However you say that. 4 of one fucking language. Again, if you are of the ideology of being a Hebrew Israelite and you mess around with the Talmud and the Tanakh and of course the Torah being your Old Testament, right? You say Shalom Aleichem, right? But if you are a brother or sister who is Islamic, you're a Muslim, right? Whether it don't matter if you're Orthodox Muslim, as I always say, it don't matter if you're a Sunni Muslim. It doesn't matter if you are the Nation of Islam. It don't matter if you practice with the Shia, right? Which predates the Sunni. At least that's what I was taught. If you can show me different, then show it to me, right? What you say? You say Assalamu Alaikum. So you show me the difference in between Assalamu Alaikum and Shalom Alaikum, right? Show it to me. But we ain't gonna do all that, because you got nothing on me when it comes to any of that shit, because again, these are things that I was doing a long time ago. Long time ago. You know what I'm saying? And we're not gonna keep going over my history. What we gonna do this evening is we gonna go over your history that you are skipping over. Peace. We getting into it tonight, y'all. Just please stick with me, because we gonna get to the root of this shit. And I'm gonna destroy it. You understand? If I have to continuously attack my brothers or my sisters for pushing this racist satire agenda because you didn't take your time to find out where this fucking information came from. Understand? So we gonna go all the way back with it, right? And then we gonna come up some, and you gonna be able to see this picture a lot clearly, right? Because I've been really, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people who you would not expect for me to be calling their name. Understand? Yes, I've been doing that. I've been hopping on posts. You know what I'm saying? People who you know that are my brothers. You know these is my brothers. You seen me build with these brothers, right? So as your sister, by all right, I have all right to check your ass for spreading fucking lies about another melanated person, regardless to who they're married to. Again, Michelle Obama is not Barack Obama. Michelle Obama was born and raised in Chicago, right? During the 60s. So if you can show me any child that grew up, any woman who was born and raised in the 60s and the 70s on the south side of fucking Chicago with two very good parents that were in their lives, right? Her and her brother life, their entire life, that will parade a little boy around as a fucking girl, right? But none of that matter, because again, it's proven. I've proven it. And not only that, initially back in 2014 and 2015, I was like, who want to debate me? I got $100 for you. Now I'm like, who want to debate me? I got 1,000 for you. Easy. Pennies. I got 1,000 for you if you can prove that bullshit that you keep perpetrating and regurgitating and shit that you plagiarize for some crackers. You got that shit from some neo-Nazi skinheads, and I'm sick of it. And tonight we killing that shit. And if I have to kill it again tomorrow and next year and the year after next, then we gonna keep doing it, because this is a form of self-hate, period, right? You have to recall the fact that in 2009, right, when Obama actually entered the Oval, he was already president-elect, right? But once he entered that Oval Office, once he won that election, do you know how many KKK, redneck, hillbilly, skinhead, Ku Klux Klan's members lost their fucking mind? And what they did is they began to create these fake stories about that man and his wife, which is the most disrespectful thing that you could do to me. Well, one of the most disrespectful things that you could do to me is to snatch my gender from me. You know how you look doing that? You look, I ain't gonna even say it, because again, some of my brothers been spreading this shit for fucking years, and I've been on their ass for fucking years, but we gonna kill it. So let's get to it. I don't even, you know what I'm saying? What did I do? I ain't do what I was supposed to do. Hold on, y'all. Boom. All right. I can put that away, and we can get to it right quick, right? All right, let's get to it. So where did this shit start at? Really start. You see the picture. This picture pisses me off, right? It pisses me off a lot, because the individual is not just who she's kissing, right? It's the point that this is where this shit come from, all right? Now let's go back to the late 1800s when we had a few melanated women who, whether they inherited, for example, the sister who was a child when, and this was, correct me y'all, because my memory, it is what it is, but as far as names, like, yeah, some of these things are gonna miss me. So I'm gonna need my moderator to help your sister out. Appreciate you always, God. You know what I'm saying? Now I can just start with Madam C.J. Walker, right? And then we can talk about is it Betsy Smith? And then we can talk about Billie Holiday. Why is it that these films, like of course they had Queen Latifah, or Dana Owen, excuse me, I don't call her no queen, to play Bessie Smith? And why is it they made all of these women bisexuals or homosexuals in these films that they made about them, right? Did that ever cross your mind? So all of these, every goddamn, the next thing they gonna do is make a movie about Ella Fitzgerald and say that she was gay too. All right, so let's go back. It was always these hillbilly ass, uneducated. They always talking about how we couldn't read and write, but in a lot of cases it was they ass that couldn't read and write. Because again, like I said not too long ago, I've never heard one of us say the word lesson. Lesson, you come over here, I'ma come look for your ass. Now, I could be wrong, but I've never heard one of us, even when they, show somebody using lesson instead of unless in a movie, it's always one of them. But they always talking about we was the ones that couldn't fucking read and write, right? So historically, if you go back, even if we're talking about a Madam C.J. Walker, did you know that the KKK called her a man too? That's a man. Because they was jealous than a bitch of a successful, rich, melanated woman who was strong and stood on her fucking square and then bow down to their ass. So you a man. It was those racist motherfuckers who started that shit, right? It was. And y'all are, I ain't gonna say y'all, but a portion of us have this amnesia so fucking bad that we forgot. So I'm here to remind you where this shit come from, of people gender snatching. You know what I'm saying? Being so disrespectful as to call a woman a man. It was out of pure jealousy is what it was. And again, it started with the Ku Klux Klan. So we can come into the 1980s, the 1990s, and right here today. Have you ever been to a Klan gathering or a Klan meeting? Have you ever been to a Pan-African a gathering or meeting? You ever been to a American Moor gathering or meeting, right? Let's measure these things. Okay, of course, if you are at a Klan meeting, you see, certain things that they're going to speak about, are going to definitely rub you the wrong way. But one thing that they always say at these Klan meetings is they will list a whole list. They will have a whole list. And I know this. Just listen to me. They will have a whole list of all of these successful, rich, educated Black women who may be somewhat tall in stature, you understand, that may not be attractive to them, right? And they call all of these fucking women men, and they've been doing it for fucking decades. So when I hear one of us regurgitate some shit like that, it's triggering for me. It's very triggering for me. And it's because it's a very disrespectful thing for us to be doing, and just totally disregarding the shit. And then when somebody like me comes in and checks your ass, you want to have zero accountability. Well, that shit is over with. You're going to be accountable for that shit, right? Even if we have to fucking do pull-ups like Michelle Obama and Venus and Serena are my fucking sisters. I'm avenging all of these women, and you should be doing the same. And first of all, your problem is you did not vet that information, because I can show you directly, specifically, where that information has come from, and I've done it multiple times, right? But you want to live in this fantasy and not realize that you are practicing self-hate against your own people with that bullshit. That's what you're doing. We're going to be real Detroit tonight. We're going to be real Dey-Twah this evening. So let's go back. Like I said, at these KKK meetings, when they get together, you seen the Dave Chappelle show when the blind melanated man thinks he's a white man and he's the Klan leader and all of this shit. He can't see, you know what I'm saying, that he's God. He think he a cracker-ass cracker. And I don't care. YouTube is already, this is going to be a limited monetized video, so I don't give a fuck. So hit them likes for me, you know what I'm saying? And if possible, if you can do the super chat, feel me? Because again, this is not going to be monetized. I'm not going to get shit from this. I already know that, but I don't give a fuck. It just is what it is. I'm going to cuss, because this is very, very upsetting and very, very triggering for me, due to the fact that I know who were the first people to do this to your women. So for you to regurgitate it, you understand? And y'all going to be accountable for that shit. I don't care, laugh all you want. You don't think it's a big deal, and why do I think it's so important? Again, because of where it comes from. It was never us who made reference to our successful women as, men, right? Now, let me give you another list. They called Grace in our, in our parents' days and time, and people who you can Google and look up right now, they call Evelyn Champagne King a man. They call Grace Jones a man, right? They, once upon a time, they was calling Oprah a man, right? And you know how rich and successful Oprah Winfrey is. So you have to look at the reason as to why they were saying this about our women, right? And stop regurgitating shit, you know what I'm saying, that you know not of. You don't know where the fuck it come from. Because it make all of us look bad. It is extremely embarrassing that y'all forgot, again, that when Obama got in that Oval Office, they put all kind of, you can find that nigga birth certificate, but you believe that he ain't have no birth certificate. And you running around calling him Barry. I understand the fact that, I'm not in agreement with the vast majority of the policy, that he put on the books. The executive orders and shit that he signed, he didn't do a fucking thing for us. Overstood. But that don't give you the right to call this man wife who she don't even like politics. Right? And again, I told y'all earlier today on Facebook, this is the reason that Michelle Obama and George W. Bush is so fucking cool. Because George W. Bush never wanted to be involved in politics, right? His father and you know what I'm saying, pushed him into that, right? He was practically forced into running for president. That is not nothing that he wanted to do. So you can find multiple pictures of him and Michelle Obama hugged up and holding hands when his daddy died and every the fuck thing else, because him and Michelle Obama have a tight relationship based on the fact that the political arena is not anything that they ever wanted to partake in. Number one, right? That's what it is. Number two, don't forget that George Bush and Barack Obama are second cousins, right? And with that being said, again, George Bush gets along better with Michelle Obama than he does Barack Obama. These are facts. This is shit that you can research and look up on your fucking own and find out, instead of saying dumb shit that embarrasses us all and make us look stupid as fuck. Because again, for the last time, it was the racist pale faces who were jealous of a melanated woman who has that her bread is longer than theirs, right? Her success will live forever. She created a legacy. So we gonna drag this bitch and we gonna call her a man, is what they did. So again, to see my own people doing that, it lets me know I thought you was a scholar. You're not a scholar. You was a fucking you picking up shit off the internet and just fucking regurgitating it for no reason. And then it's actual scholars who are doing this shit. It's brothers that I know that read books from cover to cover, but you know what I'm saying? You didn't care enough about a melanated woman to make sure that the shit that you were saying was true. So I don't respect it. I never will respect it, and I don't have to respect it. And it's gonna come to a point to where I begin to disrespect you, no matter who the fuck you is. This is like Kendrick Lamar. I cut my grandma off if she don't see it how I see it. But this is not a matter of you seeing it how I see it. This is a matter of being able to pull up sources, credible sources. You have zero credible sources when it comes to you calling any of these women men, right? And again, like I've been telling y'all for years, if you are of the belief that Michelle Obama is a man, then guess what? You also have to believe that Venus and Serena Williams are men too, right? So let's go over it. If you believe that Venus and Serena were born males, then what you are saying to me is that their father, who was a Jehovah's Witness, was parading two little boys around in Compton, fucking California. Again, you will have to believe that a Jehovah's Witness was parading his sons around as little girls in Compton, California. If you don't get the fuck out of here with that shit, I'm so sick of y'all with that bullshit. But again, if you want to continue to push this racist satire that you got off the fucking garbage can and that you did not vet, put the money up. You are guaranteed I will cash you out so motherfucking fast if you can prove to me that any of these women were born men. All right? It's not going to happen for you. What you're doing, every time that you do that, again, what you are doing is you're paying homage to the Ku Klux Klan, neo-Nazi skinheads, rednecks, and hillbillies who have been referencing our women. And it's not all women, it's not all black women that they're saying it's about. It's always a rich it's always a rich woman. It's always a rich melanated woman or a rich black woman, right? It's never just the average bitch. You know what I'm saying? It's always the successful woman, because they're jealous. They're upset that you got more money than that these women had more money than what the fuck they had. They had more land than what they had. They were successful. They were on celebrity status, right? So instantly that's going to piss a racist bastard off. A racist pale-faced bastard off. So I was talking to my husband today. I said, you know what? When we reach our financial pinnacle, they gonna turn around and hate us too. Conscious motherfuckers is gonna hate me, right? After all the years that I've dedicated to the various movements that I am a part of and participated in. All of you motherfuckers, y'all gonna call me a man too, huh? The minute I hit multi-million-dollar status, all of a sudden, yeah, this is the shit that we do as a people, and this must be corrected. At this point, it makes me feel like it's no hope for any type of unity amongst us if we are not, if we are willing to point at those who are in celebrity status, regardless to whether you agree with their ideologies, their political agendas. That is the most disrespectful shit. I wish you would. I'll be putting foot to ass left and right in this bitch. Period. Do it. Do it. And put your address in. I don't give a fuck if I have to fly or get on I-75 South or whatever I got to do. I'm coming to see you. Coming because you deserve an ass whooping for that weirdo ass shit. That's right, brother. Gloves off, no mercy. I took the gloves off and I'm not putting them back on till we deal with this shit. Or until somebody, you understand, put the money up, you put your rack up, I'll put my rack up, and let's have at it. Other than that, shut the fuck up. So let's go. Let's deal with some of these photos right quick. Let's deal with some of these. Let's deal with what I came here to do. Because again, like I just said, every movie thus far that they have put out, and you can connect the dots, right? It's not this, I'll give you this as an example, right? We know that according to Whitney Houston's closest friend, who is a homosexual woman, she's made these claims that she had homosexual relations with Whitney Houston, right? I'm saying, now we can't say whether or not that's a fact, but we know that Whitney Houston is a fucking woman. But I bet you $1 to a fucking donut, right? As my guy Willie D would say, that you can find them inside of them Ku Klux Klan meetings saying that Whitney Houston is a fucking man. Why? Again, it's based off the hate and the jealousy and the envy that they have always had for us. So you are ass backwards. You need foot to ass and so on and so forth for spreading this garbage. So let's see what we got here. Let's see. Like I said, is it Bessie Smith that where my guy? Is it Bessie Smith? I think it's Bessie Smith for sure. And Billie Holiday, peace be upon her, one of the greatest to do it. And this is the woman who did the strange fruit, snitching on these bitches, going donuts. You know what I'm saying? Going absolutely fucking donuts. Yes, Bessie Smith. Thank you. So I was right. And then you make a film about her, and not to mention she was a married woman. Not to mention she was an attractive woman. You understand that many men fantasized about and wanted to be with. Right? But again, you make her gay in the fucking movie. You make Bessie Smith gay and have a gay bitch play her. How disrespectful can we fucking be? Well, they're very disrespectful. But again, you don't have to run around regurgitating this shit. Now, if you have proof, that's one thing. You know what I'm saying? And then, again, they just, made them out to be bisexual women, in these films. But again, inside of them KKK rallies and them neo-Nazi fucking meetings and shit that they have, they call these women men. Period. No woman, according to them, especially a black nigger woman, you understand, would be able to amass that type of fucking wealth and be able to have such a successful career in the music industry or in the film industry or you know what I'm saying, within the judicial branch or the legislative branch, and damn sure not the executive branch. This shit comes from them, y'all. And I shouldn't have to say much more. At this point, it should be at least 8 apologies in my goddamn inbox, right? But I know it ain't gonna be that easy. So with that being said, I'm gonna stay on their heads. I'm definitely gonna stay on their heads. I'm trying to figure out why these little videos weren't playing either. And the video that I really want to look at, because we're gonna get to Joan Rivers, right? Everybody likes to go back and pull out the fact that, well, Joan Rivers said, you know what I'm saying, that Michelle Obama, fuck Joan Rivers. Do you know who the fuck Joan Rivers is? Because if you did know, you wouldn't be saying that. This is a woman who has officiated multiple gay marriages. Not only that, it's one homosexual couple that she married twice. On top of the fact that this woman is a comedian. She's not a fucking politician. You understand? She's not a scholar. She's not a gynecologist. Bitch, this bitch ain't none of that shit. And not to mention, back in the day, a couple of times she made some little racist ass jokes and refused to apologize for the shit because she said she's a comedian. And don't forget the fact that she hated on Arsenio Hall because prior to Arsenio Hall having and these are things that I did not say in that video from 2018 with me and D Calico, which it really wasn't a debate. Understand, it wasn't a debate. How can I can't debate with somebody who think they know every motherfucking thing, right? And then that's my brother. He pissed at me right now too. I don't give a fuck. We'll be cool again. But right now, bro, you just gonna have to be mad because you dead fucking wrong. This is another reason why I drag. It ain't the reason why I drag who's ever in our Oval Office. I drag whoever sets their ass in that Oval Office because these bitches have yet to balance the books and cut the checks, right? So it don't matter to me who get up in there. Like I told y'all last week, you can put Dr. Claude Anderson in there. You can put Dr. William Sandy Darity in that fucking Oval Office. If that motherfucker don't balance the books, by which them two is gonna balance the books and cut the checks if they were ever sitting in the Oval Office. But we know that'll never happen because neither one of them are a part of that bloodline. And this is the thing, y'all are caping for Donald Trump, right? And you omitting the fact that had Obama never got in office, I guarantee you it's a very slim chance that Trump would have ever got his ass in that seat because Obama created this current racist ass fucking climate. Him being, I'm not saying he concocted the shit intentionally, but him being a melanated man sitting in that office, it showed these motherfuckers true colors, right? So I've been going back and forth with my brothers about this riding Trump dick. What I say, y'all riding his nutsack. You're hugging his nutsack. So many of my brothers is mad at me. Guess what? I don't give a fuck. Because what you need to realize is those pale-faced Trump voters who you have incompetent, you are competent enough to align yourself with, them same Trump voters, if given an opportunity, would murk your ass. They will murk you, your wife, your children, and eat your fucking babies. They don't give a fuck about you. So the decision that y'all made to jump out of the frying pan into the fire because you were so pissed at the Democrats, right? You made the wrong choice. What you should have did is took your ass downtown, you know what I'm saying, or on the boulevard here, specifically in Detroit, and canceled that voters registration. Is what the fuck you should have did, right? What I've been talking about for a couple decades now is stopping doing business with our enemies. Your enemies is the state of, the city of, the county of, right? The federal government as a whole and all of its subsidiaries, right? That would have been a wise decision. Or if you are like, look, I'm already caught up in it. I worked at General Motors or whatever for 25 years already. I'm about to retire in a minute. I've already invested too much into this system to cut ties. So what y'all should have did is y'all should have came together, right? And made them pay for your vote. But you didn't do that. You went and voted for a motherfucker who is, and this again, this goes for Democrats and Republicans. Their job is to make the wealthy wealthier. That's it. They don't give a fuck about you. And there has been a pattern that anybody can detect if you paid attention. But again, there's so many mentally unstable brothers and sisters out here nowadays, right? That just follow the doodle and fucking pick it up and eat it is what you're doing, right? But it would have been smart to come together and say, we as so-called black people, African American, or whatever the hell you want to call your stateless asses, understand, this is what we want for our vote, period. And if you are not willing to, and make motherfuckers sign, you got the sign on the dotted line, nigga. Trump or Bush or I don't give a fuck who it is, Obama, whoever it is, before you cast your vote, make sure that they guarantee what the fuck you're asking for. You don't just go out and vote. What you did is you went out and voted for they fucking cousin. Because please believe, Trump is a part of that fucking bloodline. He is. Very much so. So y'all, this is why I can clearly say to you that that decision was stupid, right? On a stupid is, stupid fucking does, right? On some patriarchal, beating your chest shit, you know, hey, it's messed up on both sides. Had you voted for Kamala without making any demands that they pay for your vote, right? I would be dragging her just the motherfucking same. Had she been elected, which we knew wasn't gonna happen. You knew it wasn't gonna fucking happen. Now I can't say whether or not. Yeah, I think I can clearly state, you know, that, you know, she's not a part of their bloodline. Now if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But you're gonna have to show it to me. You can't just say some shit to me and I'll be like, all right, that ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. I'm not one of your goofball ass scholars that be on here regurgitating shit that they saw online and that they didn't vet. We never doing that over here. We keep that shit over there, right? But it's nothing patriarchal about a motherfucker who refused to register for the military draft, which would be Trump and Elon Musk, right? So stop referencing these motherfuckers as being patriarchal. Stop acting like that nigga your friend because he not your fucking friend. Stop acting like he not a fucking racist when you show me any 80-year-old fucking pale-faced man who's not a fucking racist. And I would tell you that you're delusional, right? Just because they don't outwardly display it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist, right? So maybe I'll come back at another time when I'm ready to fully edit a video and put it together for y'all. But again, I'm putting money on this. I don't have to put money on this because the shit is in your face. You can find it. You can find, they called from Shotgun Mary. These women may have been bisexual or homosexual, but they damn sure wasn't men. Right? And most of these women that they're making these films about nowadays, these particular melanated rich women, right? That they're making these films about saying that they're homosexual. Again, it's a whole different ball game when you get into a venue where they're having a Ku Klux Klan meeting or they're having a neo-Nazi skinhead meeting. And these meetings, they're not calling these women homosexuals, they are calling these women men. Period, point blank. And if that's what you want to be a part of, then take that fucking fez off. Stop claiming to be somebody who's a scholar, because you're fucking not. You're not. You're not. And I'm coming for all y'all. Remember that. Whether somebody puts that money up, because I'm not going to debate you about this shit for free. That's not going to happen. I did that with my brother because that's my fucking brother. But the rest of you fucking weirdo ass, scam artist ass niggas, I'm not debating none of y'all for free. I don't give a fuck who it is. So let's put the coffin in this, y'all, because it makes us all look like sellout traitors. Because that's what the fuck you are. When you are willing to say something so egregious about somebody who is melanated like you, because you seen this shit on the internet. And these photos is just the photo, they ain't even good fucking photoshops. And y'all done carried on this lie for year after year after year after year after year after year. And guess what? I've been on your ass year after year after year after year. And again, like I said earlier, if I was a man, I would be putting a foot to ass. I would be pulling up on my own brothers, whipping your motherfucking ass. Because what you are doing, again, is you are helping the fucking white man. And again, when I'm aiming at the enemy, you understand? Don't you bring your ass over here aiming at me. Because what you are doing is you helping the fucking enemy. Again, if I'm aiming at the enemy and you come and start aiming at me, you are helping the enemy. And for that, you deserve foot to ass. See, this is where I'm at. Two wings, same motherfucking bird. So, again, me continuously point out the fact that Michelle Obama is not a man. Has nothing to do with a Democratic Party or a fucking Republican Party. It has to do with your fucking incompetence, your lack of empathy, your lack of accountability, and so on and so forth. And this shit ain't cool. And it makes us all look dumb as hell. I know brothers and sisters that have known me, you understand, for decades, right? And they know that I've been on this conscious shit for a long ass time. And everybody is on the internet. Everybody, you know what I'm saying, for the most part, is on the internet. Everybody ain't on TikTok like the fuck y'all think they is. Understand, but they are seeing these various videos or whatnot, right? And it's coming from people who are supposed to be conscious. So my brothers and sisters think that I believe that Michelle Obama's a fucking man. So they think we all fucking weirdos, right? And that's not the case. I've had to explain this multiple times. I don't condone that shit, right? And over the years, making fatal mistakes because certain things I didn't vet in the past, and I began to regurgitate some shit because Dwight York said the shit, right? Or because Minister Farrakhan said the shit, and come to find out the shit ain't fucking true. So again, I don't give a fuck who you is. A lie is a lie is a lie. And once you tell one lie, you understand, in order to keep that lie alive, you're gonna have to keep lying. Because you're going to always have people like me who do their due diligence and research the shit to find out it's a myth, right? So you got to make up some other lies. You got to move the goalposts over here and move the goalposts over there, right? Because you can't get around the fact that none of us are going to be able to go and pull that woman, dress. And why would you even want to think like that? You understand? You are actually, I got a lot of words. I see people who pussy police. Now you out here gender policing and shit. You gonna tell a motherfucker whether or not they're a fucking man or a woman? Now, granted, again, we do have the transsexuals or whatever who would like to claim to be a female when they were actually born a male, or they would actually like to be a male when they were actually born a female. No, motherfucker, if you was born a boy, guess what? You still a boy. I don't give a fuck if you cut it off and tuck it and, you know what I'm saying? If you were born a female, you're female. I don't care if you let them sew it up. And mind you, I used to watch not Faces of Death, but traces of death back in 95, 96. Like I made a lot of my friends throw up back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And that didn't start with me. I wasn't aware of those two films. I was introduced to those two films by someone else, right? So since I suffered and had to look at it, you know what I'm saying? I, had my friends, look at it or whatever. But they actually, out of all the crazy stuff that they show in Traces of Death, on Traces of Death Part 1, they show either a man or a woman having a sex change. In Traces of Death Part 2, they show it was either a woman or a man have a sex change. And unbeknownst to any of us who watch this, every person who, ever looked at that shit, whether it was one of my homeboys or whether it was one of my homegirls, they all said that and it makes sense now that I know what I know, but we all agree that the woman's sex change seemed to be more painful and more complicated than the man's sex change. Now, I don't know. That's just the way we felt back then looking at it. We actually looked at it and what they did to each different sex in order to create a fake penis and in order to form a vagina for a man, right? Now keep in mind, y'all know, y'all got that little line that go from your nutsack to your anus or whatnot, and that line represents that it was once a hole there. So when they were doing these surgeries, it was like the minute they cut that and shaped that, they already had something that was similar to a vaginal opening. I'll just fucking say that, right? But regardless to them being able to mimic that, that is not a vagina. That is not a womb. You cannot give life. You will never be able to get a life. You understand? Now, as a man, you were able to assist and aid in that, but now you can't because you let them cut it off. And they didn't cut it off. They split it and they formed the penis into a fucking vagina right before my eyes. So there's very little you can tell me if you never actually watched that surgery be done. Now, again, what they did to the woman was a lot more barbaric, right? In my eyes and everybody else who I watched the film with. Now, you may have a different perspective of it, and I'm fine with that. I'm not going to argue with you as to which, thank you, bruh, as to what surgery looks more painful or barbaric to you. I would never, try to get you to agree with me. No, that's a no, what the fuck, right? But I don't even recommend that you look at that shit, right? They literally shaped the penis into a fucking vagina with no problem. The head of the penis becomes what? What did they make the head of the penis into? See, they didn't do away with the penis the way that they took the vagina and fucking sewed it up, right? And added, you know what I'm saying? Something that is similar to a penis, but not a penis. Versus a man, when he has that sex change, thank you. So you win every time, my guy. He still has his penis. It's just in a different form, right? And so that he can have some feeling, that head of that penis is turned into a clitoris. As to where, how in the fuck, you have got to be a psychotic fucking woman to, first of all, in my mind, you know, to be attracted to another woman, like, I don't want to talk about that. But the point is, they completely obliterated the goddamn and dismantled the vagina. So how does the woman even have any feeling when she's having intercourse with a woman that thinks she's a fucking man? That is all mental. You understand? But for the man, again, he still has a portion of his penis, so he has the nerve endings and the feelings. They completely destroy the nerve endings and they completely destroy the whole fucking vagina. So I don't, I'm getting off topic and shit, even though all of this stuff is relevant. But again, what it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And these are the facts. And the facts are the first people to refer to melanated women as men based off of hatred and jealousy were racist white men. And they've been doing it for centuries, right? So my brothers, stop doing that shit. You understand? Stop doing it. Most of y'all who are saying this, you already got a fucking wife. So why would it matter to you if this nigga married a nigga? And number two, he not on our team. He's not on our team. He's a direct bloodline to the invader colonists, right? And I'm talking about Barack Obama. So why would you give a fuck if he fucking married a man? Why? I honestly want to know why. What is this? I don't even know. This not even a right. Or is it? We about to find out because let me see. Nah, this gotta be the wrong shit, y'all. So I'm gonna take that down. Take me down. Because I at least gotta show y'all some examples right quick before I dip. And we still under an hour, so I'm doing good. Oh goodness, this is Again. You know, gloves is off, so sometimes when I'm swinging at y'all, it does hurt. You know what I'm saying? Now, if the thing is, if you know, I had some type of come on. Okay, there, go over there. Let me see if I can get it. Nope, that ain't it, but I'm gonna get it. If this was based off of me just being a hateful individual, you know what I'm saying? And I just want to debate and you know what I'm saying? Challenge everybody because I fucking think I know it all. I don't know it all. Never claimed to have know it all. But I'm not a fucking imbecile. I'm not fucking incompetent enough to think that it is okay for me as a full grown ass woman to be running around calling people men that are women and calling women men and all of this other dumb. That's some real immature ass shit too that y'all do. So like I said, it's a bad look. You know, the vast majority of competent people they're not gonna respect that shit. And again, it becomes a terrible, embarrassing look for the so-called conscious community, whether you are in the realm of calling yourself, I don't give a fuck what you call yourself, right? But if you out here spreading so-called knowledge of self, and then you blended it in with a bunch of racist satire because you didn't vet that information, you got nothing. You put the dunce hat on. And I'm passing out, instead of passing out eagle feathers, because I used to pass out eagle feathers, right? I'm passing out dunce hats. So where is that? Where the okay. I see the crazy lady right here, right? Now let's get back to Joan Rivers right quick. And let's talk about her husband. Right? Since you want to talk about Michelle Obama's husband, bitch, let's talk about your husband. Let's talk about the fact that your husband was a known homosexual, right? Again, Joan Rivers' husband, well, let's just say he was a known bisexual, right? Right? Who almost gave her AIDS, right? These are facts. Fuck all that other shit. These right here are facts that you can research on your own, right? So what happened is this. Joan Rivers' husband, he commits suicide, right? And I did mention that in the video. He commits suicide, right? And then a few months later, or not too long after he commits suicide, I don't know if it was 2, 3, 4 months. I don't fucking know. Don't fucking care. But after her husband commits suicide, his psychiatrist died of AIDS, of full-blown AIDS, right? So the rumor always was that Joan Rivers' husband and his psychiatrist were lovers, right? This is what was being said, right? And it makes sense to me that you find out that your lover has full-blown AIDS, right? So the possibility of you having it and passing it on to your wife, is at a high percentage. So with you knowing this and it's on your conscience, you can't take it no more. So you you kill yourself, right? Right? And then shortly after, again, the psychiatrist who was his lover, he dies of AIDS. So let's find some of these pictures with Joan Rivers' husband kissing on other men. And you can find a bunch of pictures with him kissing men, and not only with him kissing men, with her standing right next to him like it's completely fine. But again, that gives reference as to why she, loves gay people so much. Because she had a fucking husband that was gay, right? Right? And not only that, she loves gay people so much, right? Because you have a right to love whoever you want to love. I'm not going to tell you who to love and who not to freaking love. That's your business. But the fact that this woman has married many gay couples, right? But you going to call, when a black man, and keep in mind, she's a Jew, she's a Russian Jew, you going to call a black man a homosexual, which is not outside of her character. Because did I finish the story? I didn't finish the story about how her and Arsenio Hall fell out back in the day, right? So before Arsenio Hall was offered his own show by Fox, network, originally it was offered to Joan Rivers. So she was doing these late night shows or whatnot. Remember, she is a prodigy of Johnny Carson and the other older guy that predates Johnny Carson that had the late night show. I don't know a fucking name. You know what I'm saying? But she was always on Johnny Carson. I showed y'all the photos and one of the Michelle Obama is not a man videos that I did, right? So what happened was Joan Rivers started to have Arsenio Hall on the show. And what Fox Network noticed was that when Arsenio Hall was on, the ratings went through the fucking roof. So they snatched Joan Rivers and gave Arsenio Hall his own show. And it was shortly after that she began to make these racist jokes and shit and not want to apologize for it because she's a comedian, right? You see how these motherfuckers do. So when I showed a picture of Oprah kissing the Jew, what's his name? Harvey Weinstein, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? It coincides with everything that we're discussing tonight. It does. Because they don't respect you. And while he may not be a Ku Klux Klan member or a redneck or a hillbilly or a neo-Nazi skinhead or a Proud Boy or oath taker faker or none of that kind of shit, he rolls with that agenda. He's responsible for making these films about Bessie Smith and Billie Holiday and portraying them as bisexual or fucking homosexual. And they have always been jealous of us, especially of our men. You know what I'm saying? What they did to it's worse for you to dismember a man's manhood than it is for you to call his women men. Right? It's worse. I will admit that to the world right here before you all. That is worse than you referencing my sister or my mother who is rich as fucking sin and you a piss po ass cracker. You calling her a man. See, these are things that people from where I'm from, we'll come see you, bro. But Michelle Obama is I don't fucking know her personally. But what I'm considering doing is doing a small documentary by way of, because Chicago is right next door. That's our sister city, right? Going to Chicago and finding some of her classmates and letting them pull out some of those class pictures. You know how you do your first grade class picture and your teachers in the picture with the whole class and shit like that? Shit that for it now. This. None of the pictures that I've showed of her are Photoshop, right? So if I'm talking to somebody who is her age, I'm sitting in the city of Detroit, and in the city of Chicago, and I'm interviewing these people who grew up with her since kindergarten, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th fucking grade, and you think, the shit that you spewing can supersede that? then you are a weirdo who needs foot to ass. Yeah, you do. You need foot to ass. You need to feel that bang in your ass is what you need. That's what you need. So again, if let me say this, is one individual who can come out and say that he was wrong for saying this shit about this woman, that will stop half of the brothers and sisters who are saying it about this woman. And that brother is Asir, the Duke of Tears, who was my brother. If he came out and said, you know what, I didn't examine any of this information. I saw it, you know what I'm saying? It was blended in with the deep state shit and all of that, but it wasn't anything that was written in a book, right? It wasn't anything that was written in a book that required you to, that once you read the book, you gained a certain amount of scholarship, right? Which is what Asir is known for doing. Brother, you read books from back to back. You're probably one of the only people who I know that probably read more books than me, and whose library is probably bigger than mine, right? Granted, I left a whole library in my other house that, got caught on fire because some other shit that ain't every motherfucking body business, right? But that knowledge is still here. Whether I forget certain things or not, I don't forget all of it. I remember enough of it to be able to bring it all back to full circle, or bring it to you, brothers and sisters, that's to where you like, okay, sis, that was such and such. If I forget a name, you see my people, you see my moderator is already on it. This is how we work in unison together. You understand? And this is how we get somewhere. This is how we get back on our up. This is how we regain our vast estates and so on and so forth. It's not going to be by you doing what I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure because, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure that, again, once I reach a particular level of status and finance, you motherfuckers will be hating me. Yeah, you will. You already ain't too fucking pleased with me. And the only reason, you know what I'm saying, that many of your various people are not, you know what I'm saying, so happy about me is because I make y'all ass tell the truth. Tell the truth or shut the fuck up. And if you don't tell the truth, guess who gonna tell it for you? It's gonna be me. Again, that's why a lot of these people never mention my name, but they know me. They've known me for a couple decades or more in some cases, right? But if they begin to mention my name and the people begin to, well, let me check her out and see, you understand? And they hear me say Michelle Obama's not a man, they look at me crazy. Because you bitches done already told them, you know what I'm saying, something different. And again, excuse my French. I'm from Dey-Twah. I'm going to cuss. It just is what it is. That's what we do. I don't do it all the time, but that's just what we do. So don't act like you never heard a fucking cuss word. Don't do that. Don't do that at all. Don't get all sensitive and shit. And if you that type of person, then this is not the platform for you to come and goddamn visit. It ain't. We cuss over here. I get real Southern. I get real Detroit. You understand? And that's just what it is. It's just what it is. It's not because I don't have the intellect to put another word in that place. You understand? Skip me, miss me with that. Miss me with that completely. But that's it. I just wanted to refresh some of y'all, and for some of you who are too young to even know that this was happening, right? Or not that it's happening, because many of y'all it's been going on since Obama did 2 fucking terms, and this is how ass backward and how much self-hate many of us have within us. Y'all still running around talking about this man don't have no birth certificate. That lie and rumor was created by these same KKK motherfuckers who created the rumor about his wife being a man. And y'all still regurgitating that shit to this day, which is a damn shame. You should be scholarly enough as to where you don't have to spread false information, right? We have suffered because of you regurgitating and plagiarizing shit that was made based off of hate for your own fucking people. right? Again, with you all doing this, it has stagnated all of these movements, every last one of them. And it has elevated this orange con man motherfucker. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened. So I implore you, how y'all say that? Implore, how you spell it? How you say it? To vet the shit that comes out of your mouth, or vet the shit, you understand, that you share on social media before you regurgitate the shit. Because it came from somewhere. And if you cannot tell me the source of that shit you saying, and I'm directly pointing to the source and showing you where it come from, and then you still fold your arms and still say, oh, that's a man. Or you still fold your arms and say, well, that's not true, then you need foot to ass. You need foot directly into your ass. I'm not scared to say it. And again, if I was a man, I would be out here doing it. Because you are ruining movements that I work very, very hard to build. You are ruining movements that virtually change the dynamics of how things work in my family, if you will. I know family ain't a good word, but this is exactly what you're doing, right? And I work too fucking hard to watch you idiots keep doing this shit because you don't care. I was already told by my brother Asir, look, it don't matter to me. It don't matter to me. If this don't affect me personally, I don't give a fuck. I only care about me and mine. And I'm paraphrasing because that's not exactly how he said it. But that's what the fuck he meant, right? So at that point, I'm on your ass, bro. I'm on your ass. Been on your ass, right? But today, when I got up and seen that post by that cat, I need whatever the fuck his name is, the nigga who need to be on a short bus some fucking where, and I seen my brother Asir, the Duke of Tears, on there, and everybody cheerleading him like, yeah, bro, you was the first I heard say that shit. But you rewind back over a month ago on my timeline when I tagged everybody. Understand? And I was like, look, I'm sick of this shit. Let's debate it. And I put Asir, let's debate. I was looking for a female to debate, right? But fuck it. I'll debate you. Because I know you the one that been saying this for a nice little while. He totally backed up. Like, not fucking with that shit. Because it don't matter to me if she's a man or not. Well, stop fucking saying it then. Right. And I just gave you the biggest reason of all to stop saying it, which is the fact that, again, the KKK and the racist ass crackers were the ones who started this shit of referencing our women as being men. And it just wasn't the average woman, right? It was a Madam C.J. Walker, right? It was a Bessie Smith. And again, in more modern time, right? It was a Grace Jones. It was an Evelyn Champagne King, which I shared a video from Dion Cole, the comedian. He shared a video of Evelyn Champagne King, who has to be well off into her 60s, breaking it down. She wasn't per se twerking, right? But she was popping that shit. And you know what I'm saying? You motherfuckers get on my goddamn nerves. You act like you never seen a titty before. You act like you never seen a nude when you so appalled by a fucking naked black woman. If you don't get the fuck out of here with that shit. Did y'all watch Sinners? You seen the sisters twerking like a motherfucker. I bet you didn't have a problem with that. We've been doing that shit for fucking ages. So if it bothers you, then don't fucking look at it. But don't try to drag your women for shit that she been doing. That's just like the shit about wigs and weave. Now, I don't wear wigs and weave, but I'm smart enough to know that our women have been doing that for fucking dyeing their hair and wearing wigs and shit for fucking centuries. That's not nothing new. That's something actually ancient that you can find in ancient Kemet, right? That we were sporting these wigs or whatnot. And again, like I said, you don't see white men try to police their women cosmetics and hairstyles. That's only you niggas that do that shit because you was a piss pole motherfucker, right? You ain't got shit else to do but drag your own fucking woman. What kind of stupid ass shit is that? And being that I'm an older, more mature woman, I can say this shit and you supposed to fucking respect it, or at the very least consider what the fuck I'm saying to you. So put the garbage pail trash shit back in the same garbage juice trash can you got that shit from. Yeah, the Megan Thee Stallion. You see, it was mentioned to me earlier today, like, yeah, you see they stopped calling her Megan Thee Stallion a man, which is, you know, city girls and all of that shit. That may not be my preference of music, but again, music is entertainment. That may not be your particular genre of hip-hop, because understand, hip-hop nowadays comes in different genres itself. You got conscious hip-hop. You want to hear some conscious hip-hop and you don't want to listen to city girls? Fine. You got X-Clan, you got Ciroc, you got Poe Righteous Teachers, you got Diggable Planets, huh? You got a whole array of shit to fucking listen to. Don't try to police somebody else's goddamn panties or they choice of music. You look like a pussy doing that shit. You trying to stop somebody else fucking bread. And you can say, oh, they influenced them, the babies and all. Bitch, don't let your baby listen to it. It's that fucking simple. Police your children. Police your wife pussy. You understand? Don't worry about what the fuck everybody else doing when it's not harming you. Like I said in the past, like I was supposed to do a live about the gender shaming and the nudity shaming and shit. Again, for me, y'all make excuses for predators, right? You will make an excuse for a predator all day, but when a woman or a child is violated, you will ask that woman or child, what were they wearing when that happened to them? What was you doing out at one at night? No, bitch, you go get that predator. Y'all have let too many of these fucking predators get away with holy high hell, right? And you have made the victims suffer and be re-traumatized by you asking them all these dumbass questions instead of you going out there putting foot the ass on the predator. This has happened generation after generation after generation with us, which is why the babies is gay as hell. And I've never said it like that. I usually say, which is why the baby is the babies in our a large percentage of our women, unfortunately, are LMNOP2QQ, whatever the fuck that shit is. But you know why? You know it's the truth. This shit has went unhandled generation after generation. I know of uncles who not only sexually assaulted their nieces, but that same uncle sexually assaulted their mother, and their grandmother, which is their mother's mother, didn't do shit about it and told a child, don't say nothing about it. We gonna take it to Jesus. And taking shit to Jesus, you see what that ain't got you no motherfucking way. You may believe and you're free to do so, but that hasn't freed us as a people yet. And the type of freedom that I'm talking about ain't this type of freedom that, you know what I'm saying, you may consider to be freedom, right? The freedom that we deserve as a people is to be exempt from any type of property taxes because the fucking land belongs to us, right? Any type of sales taxes, which is one that we have already conquered. I've showed y'all 13,000 times since I've been on Facebook. When I go buy a car, bitch, I'm not paying no sales tax. When I go spend, maybe over $1,000, I'm not paying no fucking sales tax. Are you out your fucking mind? First of all, I'm the buyer, I'm the purchaser, I'm the consumer. I'm not selling shit. So how that tax get attached to us? It's because you fucking let it. And you were just willing to keep letting shit slide just the same way y'all keep willing. And some of us, let me be correct in my stance. Some of us keep letting these people get away with violating our babies, right? Your women and children, melanated women and children, are the most human trafficked beings on the fucking earth. So brothers, when I get in y'all ass about certain shit, be humble. Be humble. I understand that maybe you have to deal with, okay, if I go out and do this and that and the third to this particular man, I could possibly do life in jail, right? But let me explain something to you. I've said this quite a few times. The two men who I know of that violated little girls, and in the other case, it may have been little girls and little boys, little melanated boys and little melanated girls. These are the only two men that I know of out of all the motherfuckers who I know of that were predators, right? And basically ruined a lot of little girls and little boys' lives, right? Some of these are women now who cannot bear children because they were given transmitted STDs and shit like that by a grown ass fucking man when they was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 fucking years old. And in some cases 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. But guess what? Even at 14, 15, and 16, that child is not legally able to give consent to sexual intercourse, right? So you are still committing a crime, even if the child or the teenager says, yes, I want to participate with you in this act. You still fucking breaking the law because it's against the law for you to have sex with a child. They call it statutory rape at certain ages and shit like that. But again, on the books, what the law states is that a child cannot legally consent to sexual activity. Period. So you can give the excuse of older men date younger women all the fucking time. Well, older men who date younger women need they underage girls. Fuck younger women. If you dating a woman that's 18, 19, 20, 20, that's y'all fucking business, right? But if you are grooming at 15, 16, 14, you need to be out of here. Fuck foot the ass. You need to be the fuck up out of here. Again, I don't know the rapper name from Detroit who said if Aaliyah was his daughter, he would have killed Robert Kelly. I agree. Salute, brother, because you get it. You get it. You probably have a mother or a sister who was violated in that manner, and you see the psychological effects that it still has on her to this day. You see that your mother or your sister or your auntie or your younger brother is still traumatized by those acts that were committed on them, which is again why the babies is gay. Have we been avenging and bringing justice to these women and children? It's a high. Nope, it wasn't Royce. It's one of the cats that rap real gangster. I know Royce. You know what I'm saying? But again, had these there been some get back, maybe some of these babies wouldn't be gay. But being that they were unprotected and then told not to talk about it, and then see that nobody did shit about it, that'll drive you a little cuckoo. Because you sitting there wondering, what the fuck kind of world is this? And as I mature into becoming an adult, who's gonna respect me? So they go somewhere, which is the rainbow community, where they feel like they're accepted and respected. Because there's so many. You can, a lot of people who are, rainbow elemental T2, if you had this conversation with them, a lot of them will admit that they were tampered with. Case in point, what's that motherfucker name that being on Love and Hip? Santana something, the gay guy on Love and Hip Hop. They have brung his mother in, and originally he wasn't a part of the fucking cast, right? But they brung him in, they brung his mother in, and lo and behold, and he's super fruity. He wear eyelashes and every goddamn thing, right? But he admitted to being essayed as a child, as y'all would say. I don't know why I'm saying essay now, because I done said everything under the goddamn sun a million times, because I don't care. I don't care to be fake with motherfuckers and none of that. We don't do none of that over here. So I would rather take the community standard strike or whatever they got waiting on my ass than to sit on here and sugarcoat something that is so very I don't even have words for it, right? But this is something that has been beyond just detrimental to our communities. You understand? It can possibly put us in it. This is worse than the abortion shit, right? And the Planned Parenthood and the Margaret Sanger, so how the fuck you say her name? You know what I'm saying? It's worse than that, because these are people who are choosing. Would you just think about it? If you were violated and your parents didn't do shit, how likely are you to even want to have a child? And in some cases, these children were so in fear that they never told their parents, right? Because according to the Santana guy, I don't think he told his parents what happened to him. And of course, it was a family member who was doing it to him, because a lot of times these are family members that are doing this to these children. And a lot of times it happened to them, right? So it just keeps on happening, right? Because it's not been checked. It needs to be checked. And this is something that, again, I take very seriously. Very. Where the picture at, y'all? Let me find a picture. I keep saying I'm gonna find a picture, but we got to talk about this. You understand? And then we have to become active with making sure that it don't happen to no more of our babies, right? We have to do that. If I could tell y'all all the shit that happened to me as a child because I was unprotected and I had two of the most gangsters parents you ever want to meet with money longer than fucking chain smoke, but motherfuckers was still able to get away with abusing me. Yop, Saucy Tantana, that's that nigga name. I know it was Saucy something. You know, and at that point when he told that story about what happened to him, I felt sorry for dude. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Now my husband was sitting here like, fuck that nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I feel sorry for him. You know what I'm saying? Because it is, I can't say it's not his fault that he has no control over his who he chooses to have intercourse with. I'm not gonna say over his sexuality, because your sex is either male or female, right? The act of having intercourse is the act of having intercourse in my book. I don't say we having sex or they're gonna have sex, because to me that don't fucking make sense. But again, let's carry on. Look at this motherfucker. Traitor ass nigga. This nigga is the police. But we ain't talking about that. I'm trying to get to these photos right quick. Look at Mike. And this is a picture. I don't know which one of these women. One of them is Amir cousin. And that's how he got the picture. Let's carry on. Let's go back. Remember when Michael Jackson was dating Stephanie Mills? Just think about if they got married and had babies. Them would have been some of the singingest babies ever. Mike was a weirdo, y'all. Weirdo. All that fucking money. But again, his behavior and his actions reek of somebody who was sexually assaulted as a child. All that money he had, all that success, it go right back to the same crackers that he was complaining about before he left here. Come on. I don't get it. It's not that many pics on here that it shouldn't be taking me to where I'm trying to go. Look at it. Hey, look here. Look at this guy. You see what I'm saying? Do you think that, something happened to him as a child the same way it happened to Mike? Because remember, although Prince was a teenager when he received his record deal with Warner Brothers Records, he wasn't successful as an artist as of yet. As genius as he was, even at that age, being able to play every instrument, when he gave one of his first performances, they booed him and threw shit at him. Like, nigga, you not about to come out here with no fucking panties on. You know what I'm saying? They booed the shit out of him. It took a while for, I'm going to tell you what happened, and this is the truth, and you can research this. What blew Prince up was Detroit. And I'm saying this, but Prince said this himself. There's a DJ from Detroit by the name of Mojo, and I promise you, at certain points in his career, in his radio career, all the fuck this nigga would play was Prince. So as children, we knew all Prince songs, from Controversy to I named some not Erotic City. I'm talking about stuff off of his first and second album. We knew all them songs as babies. I actually, at the age of like 6 or 7 years old, I had this poster on my fucking wall. Right? And what happened was they were bringing my grandmother over one day. So my mother took the poster down and never gave it back to me, is what happened to the poster. But yeah, Detroit blew Prince up. You know, if you go back and you watch Purple Rain, the guy Billy, who plays the club owner and shit, that was actually his manager, and he's from Detroit, right? So it's a street on Detroit called Abington. And Prince actually used to be down the street recording with some cats that lived on that street that had a studio in their home when I was like 4, 5, and 6 years old. And I can recall it. And it was like no big deal because he was a little red Corvette. That's off 1999. I'm talking about like that first and second album, the album when he was butt ass naked on the unicorn or the white horse or whatever the fuck it was. I can't really think of none of the names of them songs other than, you know, Controversy is one that goes back a bit. But yeah, Detroit put Prince on. And it makes sense because Minneapolis is a Midwest city just like Chicago. So it's easy to come to the mecca of music, which is Detroit, and get on. It just was. If you were of a talent of a fucking Prince, yeah, this would be one of the first places, if not the first place, that you would come and record music. So again, this is the type of stuff I'm talking. This is a terrible Photoshop, right? And if y'all is gobbling this up, I don't trust you, right? I don't trust you because you're not using your fucking common sense or your intellect at all. So I don't trust you, and at this point, I don't respect your ass. And this is the man who they were claiming, which is that couple that you see in them. There they go, right there. They were running around saying that these are Sasha and Malia parents. Total bullshit. So not only are you going to take this woman gender away from her, you're going to take motherhood away from her. Mind you, she had in vitro. You know how much that fucking shit costs? You going to turn around and say my babies ain't my babies? Man, y'all have no idea. It could not fucking be me. It could not be me. I will be putting foot to ass, left and right. And what fucking... what black people do you know that do that? Don't run around and parade somebody else's babies as your babies. We don't do that kind of shit. I don't care what type of a background, and that forehead tell it all. She got her grandma forehead. Y'all, if you didn't see the videos that I did, when you see him, you're going to laugh your ass off because this baby got that grandma fucking forehead all day. You cannot hide that. That don't come from that couple that we just saw. They don't have that forehead. Look at that forehead. That's grandma baby right there, boy. And she loved them children before she left here. Fully. Look at that forehead. That baby got grandma forehead. And then, hold on. Let me go. Where the picture at? Look at that forehead. And look at grandma. Look at them foreheads. You can't tell me. Look at that shit. So you gonna deny a grandmother her child? How much of a bitch ass nigga could you be? To even utter that shit out your lips. I don't respect it, bro. Look at it. Come on. And as this woman lost her mother, y'all was still saying this kind of shit. You disrespectful bastards. Foot the ass. That's her mother when she was younger. Does that not look like Michelle Obama to you? Do you think, again, that a successful, happily married black couple who produced 2 children will parade their son around as a girl? Melanated people don't do that kind of fuck shit. Maybe in this day and age, but not back then. You're not parading no little girl around as no little boy on the south side of Chicago in the 60s and early 70s. This woman was born in 1964. that would be what you call what, an anomaly. How you say that shit? That's what that would be. Because if this was so, I bet you couldn't show me it being done, you know what I'm saying, again or nowhere else. Whole black family, they're gonna Michelle Obama right there. So you telling me a melanated man, this man is Gullah Geechee right here, that's her dad. You telling me that he gonna dress his little boy up like a little girl in 1966, 67, 68, 69, and 1970? No, our people wasn't weirdo people like that. Look at my jacket pocket. Our people not fucking weirdos like that. Miss me with that shit. Look at it. There go Michelle right there again. There go her older brother. He's actually older than her. And my thing, what really got at me, zoom this. Let me zoom this. Where that? What is zoom? I don't even see the zoom. But see how she holding her daddy hand? She feel fully protected. Right? Mama, daddy, holding daddy hand. Right? Some of you don't even have photographs with your parents like this with your bitch ass. You know, that's just hate. Just spewing hate. Wait, where the zoom at on this, right? Where my zoom at? I usually can find it. Let me see. Yeah, there you go. No, that ain't zoom. I don't know what the hell that is. I can't find zoom. It didn't zoom it. Yeah, it must be Jewish. So okay. This their wedding picture, right? Again, and I understand the fact that Michelle Obama, she may not be your type of woman. She may not be an attractive woman to you, right? But again, like I've expressed 1,000 times, every man is not attracted to the same type of woman. So just because you're not attracted to her, don't give you the right to mimic the KKK and call this successful woman. By the way, what, Michelle Obama got a law degree from Howard, and she got 2 master's degrees for sure, right? So this is the exact woman that the neo-Nazi skinhead KKK would call a man, right? She represents that. Very successful. You understand? And rich. I wouldn't say she's wealthy. She's rich without Obama, right? With the type of highly educated. She ain't running around talking about, listen, you come back over here. Like they mamas and daddies. Lesson, you lace up your shoes, instead of saying, unless you lace up them shoes, you gonna trip and bust your head. And only a uneducated, misguided motherfucker would carry this shit on and on after me, your sister, get on your ass about this shit. You understand? You know you don't want to be accountable for your shit, which is one of our biggest problems. We don't like to be accountable. And again, look at that forehead. Look at that forehead. Look, grandma, you can't, she got the little swoop right there. But look, grandma forehead. Look at that smile. Just like they mama and they daddy. What the? Let's get to some more pictures. Because again, this bill was not, I didn't do this bill because, where's the zoom at? It's pissing me off. Boom, boom, boom. That ain't zoom. I didn't do this bill to go back over the Michelle and the Barack thing, right? I did this bill, again, to show y'all where this racist satire, that's the zoom. Where this racist satire came from, right? Look at that forehead. That grandma. Got that grandma. A girl look just like her fucking grandma. Y'all don't get the fuck out of here. So I guess I gotta bring it back down and move it. And since I found the zoom, I want to go back to this. Okay, where did I find the zoom at? Why the computer acting stupid? Was this the zoom? There it go. And it will not zoom on this picture. So it won't zoom on that picture. I'll leave that alone because there's another one. But I stay away in picture. That's them somewhere. And you know, y'all act like she the most unattractive woman. Like, this woman has taken care of her body. You know what I'm saying? She works out every day and whatnot. She's taking care of herself. When some of you bitches don't take care of yourselves at all, you don't. You got bad acne from wearing your little weave and every the fuck thing else. Fuck out of here. You conscious, some of you conscious heifers be wearing the shit off some motherfucking weave. Fuck out of here. But you won't stand up to the brothers who are constantly talking about what the fuck you do with your hair. That's some lame ass soft nigga shit. I don't know a nigga who give a fuck. Long as your hair clean and you take care of it, they don't really give a fuck what you do with your hair. When I grind my forehead, look, can I zoom this one? Please, limit, please. Oh yeah, it's going down. Let's go, take it down. I can move it around. I should be able to. Look at them foreheads. That girl got her fucking grandma forehead all day. If y'all don't kick rocks to December, look at them foreheads. I was grandma baby all day, bro. So, again, now can I zoom? You see how she holding her daddy hand? Bring it up. Wait a minute, I zoomed too much. Let me move it. Attached to her daddy. Look at them little ponytails sticking up. Y'all are in a place called delusion or denial. Very disrespectful. So let me take this one down. So back to where it was. Go back to the regular size, please. Thank you very much. Nah, I don't even want to move. So this is her in 1970 at 6 years old. Again, you gonna tell me that a melanated married couple from the south side of Chicago is parading a little girl around as a little boy? Smack yourself. It's obviously her. Not that Photoshop shit y'all running around here with. And then what are you getting out of that? And I'm asking my brother, Asir, the Duke of Tears, what are you getting out of calling this woman a fucking man? You're not making Obama suffer for it. They don't give a fuck about you. They ain't crying about this shit. And the only reason that I'm so attached to it is the fact that, again, as a child, I listened to these racist motherfuckers call specific black women men. Not all black women, again. They don't give a fuck about you piss po hoes either that's running around here saying that Michelle Obama's a man. No, not you. Not you. They particularly pick out the successful melanated women and call them men. Not you piss po hoes. So there's many Photoshop pictures showing his face with her body. This is her brother, he's awkward looking. And of course he's married to a pale face, right? Okay, let's go to the next picture. Another then and now. Look at a cute little girl with the little chipmunk cheeks. And then remember the rollers we was putting in our hair to make that little bang right there? Stop hating. And again, this research is easy. You can very easily, just like I did, research her lineage to find out that she was a woman all along. Wait a minute. Look at that forehead. Grandma baby. Talk about that. I bet you her grandma was ready to roll up her sleeves. I mean, Michelle Obama mama was ready to roll up her sleeves and come duke you niggas out for talking about her baby. And I thought this was Michelle, but that's not. That's got to be Condoleezza Rice. If I'm wrong, tell me, y'all. Is that Michelle or Condoleezza Rice? If it's Michelle, it's Michelle. But to me, it kind of looked like Condoleezza Rice. I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe those two look alike, but that's definitely her brother. And it might be her too, but that's giving me Condoleezza Rice. And the older these two girls get, the more they look like Barack and Michelle. But that's grandma baby right there. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Look at that. Man, if y'all, all of these photos are available. So again, these people are doing this shit. These melanated men and women that are saying this about this woman, you doing it because you want to. You done read that organic United States Constitution, you know what I'm saying, and every article in that bitch. But you not astute enough to know that this is a fucking woman and you can easily prove it, and all them photoshopped ass photos y'all be putting up can be, look at grandma baby forehead. Look grandma baby forehead. I don't know which one is Malia and which one is Sasha, because I don't know them like that, right? But look at grandma forehead. That's grandma baby right there. That grandma baby right there. Again, that's their dad. That's Michelle. And her, look at them cute little chipmunk cheeks. Show her some. A lot of you niggas just hate women. Let's say what the fuck it is. The majority of you niggas who run around saying this shit don't have a lot of love for women, or you either had a very bad relationship with your mother. You said disdain relationship with your mother. Yeah, it's this is a fact. These are facts. You know, I couldn't see myself as an adult melanated man running around calling a woman a fucking man. That's cracker shit. And I prove that to y'all. Even though I ain't pull out the pictures of shit, but you just rewind everything that I said and you'll be able to prove what I said. Because this has been done for decades to your women. But yet, you still leaving them unprotected. You understand? And not only that, you joining in with the goddamn Ku Klux Klan and voting for fucking Trump and calling a melanated woman who she was in the Oval with her fucking husband. You understand? But again, she's not a politician. She's a lawyer. Look at mama and her baby. Man, I want to smack the fuck out of all y'all, even my homeboys. I want to come and smack the fuck out of y'all. There go her brother with his wife. He lives his life, right? And him and Michelle look alike. Why? Because they got the same mama and daddy who stayed together their entire fucking lives. Their father passed before their mother, right? Some of you never had that. Is it because you're jealous of that? And you see they parents produce two very successful children. So my point is, Michelle and her brother have, the same mom and daddy. Thus is why they look so much alike. And some of us don't have this. We got brothers and sisters, right? But some of us, our brothers and sisters, we don't have the same fathers. And some of us don't have the same mothers, right? Yeah, put it up there. Because this is what it is. Without a shadow of a doubt. Now, this picture right here. Hold on, let me take this off. There's no way you can look at this picture and say you don't see this woman and these children. Look at that shit. What is Zoom at? Do my homeboy need to get him some glasses? Because without a shadow of a doubt, you are the mother. You are the father. Look at that baby. Look at that nose. This one got her eyes closed. She obviously looks more like Barack, but she the one with grandma forehead. And she looks more like Michelle. She even is darker than her sister. And again, they both have the same mother and father, which some of y'all don't. You're not fortunate enough to have the same mother and father with your fucking sibling. I'm just saying what it is. I don't care if it hurt. Because it hurt me to see y'all regurgitating this bullshit. Because this bitch said it. If you don't get the fuck, I don't give a fuck what this bitch said. That bitch said a lot of shit. Look at this hoe. This hoe done had 95,000 fucking facelifts. And you believe her? She can't even be honest with herself. Fuck out of here. And there go her husband. kissing a man. My bad, y'all. You see it? She's standing next to her husband while he kissing another man. Again, her husband committed suicide after his gay lover, which was before his gay lover died of AIDS, who, by the way, was his psychiatrist. There they go when they're a little bit younger. There they go again when they're a little bit older. There go Barack. You motherfuckers say you can't find no records of him? No birth records? That's a lie. You didn't look. What you did is you saw some shit on the internet and you started regurgitating the shit is what you did. And you didn't look. That boy rich as sin. He don't have no reason to try to hide no fucking birth certificate. Not to mention, he was already chosen to be a president at this age. He already knew that he was going to be the president of the United States. Just like his cousin, George W. Bush, already knew he was going to be a president of the United States, although he didn't want to be a politician at all. Barack is a different monster. He wanted to be the fucking president. He wanted to be a politician. He wanted to be the senator of Illinois. And he became all of them things, right? So you think that your hating on this man equates to a motherfucking thing? No. Not to mention, we as Moors are supposed to be about all law. Whether you're talking about land, air, water, I don't give a fuck. This man is not just an attorney. He's a constitutional attorney. Like him, love him, hate him, right? But imagine somebody accusing you of being a fucking homosexual. You will be wanting to put foot to ass. And again, that's a very immature thing to be running around here doing, making accusations like that. And regurgitating what some fucking gay-ass, cokehead white man said online or in front of Congress. I don't give a fuck where he said it at. A lot of shit is said in front of Congress. It don't make it true. What is this? That ain't our business. Then knock yourself out. Knock yourself out. We don't care if you handle your business. Exactly. He has an Arabic name. You know? With some of you niggas, you had to change your name into an Arabic name. He was, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much. People so disrespectful, man. And like I said, I dare some of you niggas to go to Chicago and say that shit about Michelle. They don't too much give a fuck about Barack, right? Because he's not born and raised in Chicago or born and raised in Illinois. He was born with a diamond spoon in his fucking mouth. That boy was born rich as fucking sin. And he chose a melanated woman, very, very brown, bronze, and hue. You understand? To procreate with. You should respect that alone. But y'all don't care. Because y'all run around here cheerleading for men who don't like shit but white women. And get mad as hell at me if I say something about a Kanye or a OJ or a Bill Cosby. You know what I'm saying? Or what's the football player? Jim Brown. All of these men millions of dollars, just like Shannon Sharp, dumbass. of money that was supposed to be left to their heirs and descendants went right back to these pale people who used to rape your mothers, who raped your foremothers and forefathers. But y'all cheerlead for them all day. But when it come to this cat, you ain't fuck. I don't care, because I don't fuck with them either, because I don't fuck with Democrats or Republicans. They are both colonist invaders. They are both have the interest of making wealthy people wealthier, right? And let me say this, because I mentioned it, but I didn't complete my sentence. Ever since, from the first president that I can remember, right? The first president that existed since I was born was Jimmy Carter. Then it was Ronald Reagan. Then it was the Bush. Then it was the Clinton. Then it was the other Bush. You understand? Then it was the Obama. And then it was the punk ass Biden. And now it is the Trump. I even as a child, how can you do this? You niggas is disgusting. Like, you hugging a nutsack of a blonde hair, blue-eyed motherfucker. And I'm mad at Farrakhan too and shit, because of the statement he called Trump an anomaly, because Trump is destroying this and destroying that. So let me get to my statement. The pattern that I have peeped about these Democratic and Republican parties when they get their chance to sit in the office. Again, they're two wings of the same bird, right? But what they have done each and every single time has been the same shit. The Democrats get up in there and they reinstate the amount of the bridge card. You see what I'm saying? That the prior Republican candidate took away. The little trinkets and shit that they give to the so-called poor. When the Republicans, when the Democrats get these little trinkets to you, the Republicans get in and take the shit away. This is a mere form of them attempting to balance the books for them, right? After they done gave billions to this nation and billions to that nation, right? What the Republicans do when they cut Social Security so much and cut welfare and cut bridge cards and whatever the fuck they gonna cut from the fucking poor people, right? And they implement so many things for the wealthy. Now, when Democrats, whenever they get in office, they do something similar, right? What they do is they find another way to usurp funding. So they raise taxes on the fucking wealthy, right? And if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on it and shit, the Democrats have enforced tariffs more than the Republicans have over, I say, the past 50 years. They do the same shit over and over. So I don't see how y'all keep falling for the shit. You know? Again, those white people who are aligned with Trump are the for the most part. Most of them are a bunch of racist bastards, right? So for me to align myself with that, what that make me? That make me the Bigsby guy on Dave Chappelle, who, was blind and was a Ku Klux Klan member, but he was a black man. That's what y'all look like to me. Clayton Bigsby, how do you say that shit? Again, here go Barack again. Can I zoom it? Nope, I can't zoom it, so forget it. He's sitting right here in the middle. Out of all these fucking white kids, you see two afros. Well, I see a fade, hot top, old school fade, the afro right here, and Barack with his afro, and all the rest of these kids is white. Nope, here go a sister right here. And I know what this feels like, right? I know exactly what this feels like, because once upon a time, I attended Port Charlotte Middle School, Port Charlotte High School, and then Charlotte High School, which is in Punta Gorda, Florida, right? And this school was 4% non-white. So I know what this shit feel like. Before, I never knew what this felt like. You see, in Detroit, all of my school teachers were melanated, except for one, right? All of my classmates, minus kindergarten and first grade. Kindergarten and first grade, we had one little white boy, and his name was David, and I'll never forget him. You know what I'm saying? And boy, David used to get his ass tore up because we was the most, you know what I'm saying? Like, we was, I can't use the word racist, but as little black kids, and you was a little white kid, and you was in our class, you was about to catch it. So I know how Alex Jones was catching it. You see, he admit that the black kids used to beat his ass, and he used to hate blacks. This is out his own motherfucking mouth. But this is somebody else who, and I direct this to my brother D Calico, because I mentioned Alex, and this was before Alex Jones caught that $1 billion case for lying about them Sandy Hook people. You know what I'm saying? You see, and it wasn't the lie that really got him sued. It was the fact that he has what some people consider to be a credible voice, right? Some people consider Alex Jones to be a very credible voice based on, you all think that he unveiled some shit, right? Not knowing that he was reading the same books that Chris, Bobby's son, used to read and tell us about all of this different shit. He just went to the place. What's the name of the place, man? That Alex Jones went to where they was doing the rituals, where the politicians was doing the rituals and shit at. Bohemian Grove. He read about that shit. He ain't fucking unveil a motherfucking thing. He just had enough heart and enough courage to go film that shit. And you see what they did. They put him the fuck out. Right? He didn't unveil it to me, bitch, because I already knew about the shit. Your young ass, excuse me, D Calico, you might not have knew about the shit, but I knew about the shit. And Alex Jones ain't taught me a motherfucking thing. And on top of that, if you compare the amount of truths that he's told over the years versus the amount of fucking lies he told over the fucking years, at that point, he doesn't become a fucking a credible source. Let me see. Don't agree. I don't got time for that, because that's going to distract me and shit. So let me carry on. Again, at that point, he's not credible, right? He's very disingenuous. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of his information was more erroneous than it was on point. Again, and there's nothing this nigga taught me. Not a fucking thing. Right? We don't need an Alex Jones. Nigga, we got a Bobby Hemmett. We got a Walter Williams. You understand? We got a Shank Diop. We got a Taj Tariq Bey. Right? Hey, we actually don't need none of you younger scholars either. Because you ain't taught me shit either. Guaranteed. I learned nothing from you. Nothing. Most of you motherfuckers who, you know what I'm saying, lean on Empress Verdiasi, peace be upon her name, you ain't taught me shit that she didn't already teach me. Remember, Return of the Ancient Ones ain't shit new to me. It may be new to you. It ain't new to me. I never had the Bible book. It was given to me on PDF in like 2003. There's nothing you can do with me. I'm a problem. So let's carry on. And go through some more of these pictures. So that's him again. You see him with his afro. And again, D Calico said that Barack Obama was the mayor of Chicago. No, he wasn't. He was the senator of fucking Illinois. So I'm correcting you, bro. Correcting you. You should appreciate. You should humble yourself. You should pay homage to your elder, because I'm your elder. Again, these are the people who you melanated Trump voters have aligned yourself with. Okay. And see, this is the type of information that they were putting out, and y'all ate up. Barack is not responsible for, I just said that, Planned Parenthood. He not responsible for that. He not responsible for the medical genocide or the medical apartheid that was practiced on our men and women. Now, in that case, they did that more to the melanated women than they did to the men, right? What y'all call it when they was sterilizing the women and shit, and the men, but in particular, it's certain cases where they were sterilizing women based on all of this crazy shit. Who say what about Diddy? We don't fuck Diddy. We ain't think about Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Now, what we do know is that we don't know. We don't know whether he'll be convicted of that or they'll set his ass free. Because knowing Diddy, it's a highly likelihood that he might beat that fucking case. He's tied in, right? He might beat that case. And again, some of y'all say that this is a humiliation ritual or whatever the fuck they doing to him. Nigga, jail is jail. If you ain't been, I'm telling you, you don't want to go. It ain't the place you want to be. You don't want to be nowhere. If you're a heterosexual woman or male, you do not want to be warehoused with all of the same sex. Which means you ain't having no intercourse. Unless you switch sides. Yeah, fuck R. Kelly too, man. We is too soft on we want to do this color shit. We talk about these white guys. Yeah, they ain't locking them up. They ain't doing what they doing. Nigga, these niggas was sexually assaulting your women and children, right? So what the fuck is you worried about Jeffrey Epstein and all these other cats for? And whoever white cat, they violating their own. You need to be putting foot to ass of, you know what I'm saying, these men who are guilty of sexually violating your women and children and sex trafficking your women and children. The fuck, don't talk to me about see, that's a straw man argument. That's what I mean when I say moving the goalposts. That shit irritates me so motherfucking much because y'all are so smart in other areas. But when I start talking about this sexual abuse that has turned a large portion of our women and children into fucking homosexuals or accepting a homosexual lifestyle, but you're gonna talk to me about, well, they not doing it to the white guy. It's just like the post that I share, and you see the Indians and they sitting at the table and they like the whites are wiping, the Europeans are wiping us out. We got to do something about this. And then some nigga Indian goes, well, what about Indian on Indian crime? If you don't shut the fuck up, y'all irritate me. It's totally incompetent. But again, most of these so-called content creators, what they're willing to do is ride the algorithm, right? Whatever is popular and whatever people was following, be it truth or motherfucking false, true or false, they gonna ride that shit. So a lot of my brothers, I know they know better because they know the fucking truth, but they stated to me multiple times, I don't care about that. I gotta do what's best to benefit me. Yeah, well, bitch, you need to go live in Africa some motherfucking where. That's what you do. Why you talking all this indigenous shit? Take your ass over there with that shit. Because over here, we cleaning house. That's your job. That's your job. Just like I was delegated to minister the truth to the people, so was you. And if you're not willing to do that, you need to get the fuck on. Because you in the way. Just like a house or a field nigga, you was in the way. Just the kind of shit that the neo-Nazis was doing. You see that? That's supposed to be Michelle with that big ass afro. And this supposed to be Obama, right? With the turban on and shit. This the type of racist satire that they were producing once he got inside that Oval Office. So for you to be regurgitating it, you a clown. Put the dunce hat on. Take the fucking fez off. Take the turban off. Take the kufi off. And here go Joan Rivers on the Johnny Carson show, which I said she was on his show multiple times. See, they support each other. This is what we got to learn to do. Johnny Carson at this time, and even anytime he was alive, he had way more money than Joan, right? But Joan was smart enough not to say, well, fuck Johnny Carson. He ain't shit. He ain't shit. This is what we do to each other. This could be me sitting right here. And all of you motherfuckers will be out here talking about some fuck her. She ain't shit. She support the Obamas. When clearly, I can't say it enough times, I can give a fuck less about a Democratic or a Republican party. When I'm telling you that this woman is not a goddamn man, she has a different lineage, right? She has a completely different lineage, and she's, for God's sakes, from the south side of Chicago, bitch. How can you hate on that? How can you hate on a melanated woman who came from those type of humble beginnings? It's because you're a self-hater. That's her father right there. That's Meyer Lewinsky. What do we say his name was? That's her dad. Russian Jew. He's not just a Jew, he's a Russian Jew. Do you know who this is? Damn, and I didn't mention her name. This is another woman who she was fighting against lynching. This is Ida B. Wells. I'm not gonna play no games, right? And Ida B. Wells became a big figure in Chicago. So this is why I put her photo in there for me to use when I was doing the edits of the debate that me and D. Calico did, but I forgot to put her in there, right? The Ku Klux Klan called her a man. Again, the Ku Klux Klan called Ida B. Wells a man. Look it up. So I'm giving you a history lesson. I'm showing y'all where this shit come from. So stop calling Michelle Obama and Venus and Sarita and any of these other sisters men unless you've been in their panties. Nigga, if you ain't been in their panties, you shut the fuck up. Sick of y'all with this dumb shit. See, you will share shit like this on your page, like you on my team. Then I go look in your page and you got a bunch of right knowledge mixed in with fucking racist skinhead satire. Cause you digging in the trash can and you not even you ain't even rinsing this shit off to see what the fuck it is. You's a dirty nigga. You a dirty Moor. This is them at they wedding. This is him, you know. They wedding. Again, this is the same terribly photoshopped fucking photo that y'all, some of you know, have been sharing over the fucking years. This is the worst Photoshop picture I ever seen in my motherfucking life. So based off this Photoshop picture, you gonna come to the conclusion that this woman is a man. And then Amir put me up on Elon Musk's daddy calling Michelle Obama a man. Talking about, yeah, she got a slong. What the fuck? You faggot ass nigga. You was a straight fag. Not to mention, look up his lineage, right? So he fits the profile of the reason that I even did this bill, which is it was the crackers who was the first to call your women men based off of jealousy. So imagine how jealous Elon Musk's daddy is of Barack and Michelle. That he don't got half. I'm talking about Elon's father. I'm not talking about Elon. And quiet as kept, Elon might not have as much money as Obama. And on top of that, most of the money that Elon had, you know what I'm saying? Well, the money that he used to make to accumulate the wealth that he has, it came from Obama first. Obama was the first to look. Originally, Elon Musk was a Democrat. Yes, he was. Originally, and so was Trump. Both of them motherfuckers were originally Democratic Party promoters and so on and so forth, right? They were funding Democratic parties, right? What you call it? Not lobbying, whatever the fuck call that shit. That's what they was doing. So, again, Obama was the first to put money in Elon Musk's pocket. And to date, Elon has collected over $38 billion from the United States government. You make it make sense, right? So you think Trump cares so motherfucking much about you? You a dunce. Put the dunce hat on. Dunce cap, whatever you call it. Write it on your fez, nigga. And this is them then, and this is them now. Look at that woman body. She took care of her body all these motherfucking years. And then this fat bitch, Chung Bae, you understand? Out here spewing this hate on this woman with your broke ass, bitch. I called you a bitch. Which I'm erroneous to say, because a bitch is, do you know what a bitch is? You would say it's a female dog, but you need to go back further with your etymology, and you'll find out that a bitch is a white woman. But I'm calling you a bitch. I'm calling you a fat bitch because you was disrespectful as fuck. Not just by you calling this melanated woman a man, but the way you attempted to try to handle me. You understand? When I was merely giving you the fucking truth. You sitting up, you had that same Photoshop ass picture on your page. And this is the sad shit. It'd be 50, 60 people who would get on there and press like on that shit. Like, you niggas is the most sellout traitorous. That's why we in the fucked up ass position that we in. You motherfuckers is disrespectful as fuck to one another. But when the cops pull up, you put your bitch ass hands up and shit. And you do every fucking thing they tell your bitch ass to do. But when it come to one of your brothers and sisters, you would drag us through the motherfucking mud, spit, shit, and piss on us. But guess what? If given the opportunity, them crackers that you aligned yourself with who voted for fucking Trump, that's what they gonna do to your bitch ass. And this is Eddie Griffin. Over the years, we've heard him talk about how much he wants to be intimate with Michelle Obama. He finds her attractive. And this makes my point. And the point being is every man doesn't desire the same kind of woman. Just because you don't want a woman with weave, or you don't want a woman with eyelashes, or you don't want a woman with this, that's your preference, nigga. Kind of bitch ass nigga is you try to want to dictate is the only kind of a fucking attractive woman. Fuck out of here. I never cussed this much in a build ever. Look at these two girls. Well, two women right here. I dare you to run up to this woman's face and call her a man. She'll smack the shit out of one of you hoe ass niggas. I dare you. Now I'm very disappointed in their choice of who they chose to create with, which is some European guys, at least one of them, Serena. But guess what? That's her fucking choice. She dated a variety of melanated men, right? It ain't like, you know, you can put her in the category of she's only attracted to white men, because I seen her date a bunch of brothers, right? But when you are a woman of her particular age, you're looking for someone, and you got the kind of wealth that they have, you're looking for a man that you want to settle down with, who you can trust, who ain't gonna give you age, like Joan Rivers' husband, psychiatrist, probably gave her husband. That's probably why he committed suicide. Because if you got full-blown AIDS and you are in a homosexual relationship with somebody, 9 times out of 10, you have passed that on. They have contracted that disease. You know what I'm saying? From you. Yeah. And to me, it say Joan Rivers must not have been fucking her own husband if she didn't catch it. And it don't seem to me that her husband wanted to be fucking her. It just seemed to me that they were both of Jewish faith. Because I'm not gonna say they are of Jewish lineage. You know what I'm saying? Now we can talk about Ashkenazi and Khazars and what the fuck ever. I don't give a shit about none of that. But in faith, they were both Jewish, right? So that is haram to be homosexual, right? So to cover it up, you marry this bitch that had 50 facelifts. You see? Somebody that shows you that woman herself is very insecure. And it's very dangerous to believe or listen to an insecure woman or man. Yeah, and this guy right here, I'm put you out there, bro. He calls himself Star Kelly. Since his pictures is mixed up in my shit, because me and him went back and forth about this Michelle Obama shit not too long ago. And I'm like, oh, nigga, I got you. Let me go check your profile out. And now I see why he called himself Star Kelly, because he think he looks like R. Kelly. And I mean, I would not, I wouldn't do that to myself. So it shows that you're not too competent. Look at this nigga. Oh my God. Look at this nigga. Once you go white, you in trouble. That should be the new saying. Once you go white, you was in trouble. Boy, that boy stay in trouble. Can't get out of trouble for shit. And many say, he sacrificed his mama, and now he just going berserk or whatnot. I don't know what the nigga did. You know what I'm saying? Peace be upon his mother. Now he's coming out talking about he used to give fellatio to his cousin, his male cousin, bruh. Man, y'all love the worst of the worst, for real. But seem to hate your women, and you don't understand where that shit come from, right? You inherited that hate for your women from these neo-Nazi skinhead KKK colonists, Cretan conquistadors, these Christians. That's where you got that shit from, and you need to give it back. Give it the fuck back. Let me see. Know who this is? Gangsters make the world go round. Whatever. Dum, 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 dum. Get that shit out of here. And again, now they're calling Peace Be Upon Her Angie Stone a man. Please let me be able to zoom this. And it's some black women that is regurgitating this shit. And men, excuse me. I'm not letting nobody off the hook this evening. Look at this. And this Rochelle Watson bitch, she's a Moor. Right? In a minute, I'm going to stop even using that fucking term. And I predate all of y'all with that shit. Whether you're talking about being documented as an American Moor or not, I predate all you bitches with this shit. You see this? This trans man ain't our sister. And this is right after Angie Stone passed. See the kind of hateful shit we do to each other? So if y'all wonder why I've been dragging the fuck out of motherfuckers on Facebook, now you know why. Now you know why. And if you listening, hit that like. That's the least you can do. Just hit the fucking like. If you can't do that, in my opinion, you shouldn't even be fucking watching. And obviously, I give zero fucks. Because like I said, with all this cussing I done did, this video not about to be monetized. I don't even know if Facebook gonna let it stay up. But this is the main place this video needs to be at. It's on fucking Facebook. Because this is the main place where y'all regurgitate all this racist ass, self-hating ass bullshit. Again, this sister right here considers herself to be a Moor, if I'm not mistaken. I think so. But again, it don't matter. You know it's a melanated woman calling another melanated woman a fucking man. You got that shit right out the Ku Klux Klan trash can, and you need to put it back, bitch. That's what you do. You put it back. You won't smoke with me. I'm always here, and I'm always available to give you the fucking smoke. Let me see what my guy talking about. What up, Red Cloud? Yeah, I mean, but this is the point with Kanye. Kanye don't have that knowledge. I give a fuck what nobody say. I've had that knowledge since I've known Bobby Ill. Okay? I always knew where that Klan outfit came from. When we get to talking about Andalus and yeah. My teacher gave that knowledge. There's no teacher. If we all had Bobby Ill as our first indigenous teacher to teach us about our roots, you know what I'm saying, here in the fucking Americas, we will have a different Facebook. We will have a completely different TikTok. We will have a completely different motherfucking YouTube, because Bobby didn't do none of this pseudo-ass bullshit. Period. And my teacher is not an unknown. Whether you're talking about Steve Coakley or Bobby Hemmett or Dr. Aleem El Bey or Taj Tariq Bey, the first place all of these brothers want to go after they eat at Akbar's is to go meet Bobby. Crazy. Now you know why I'm so goddamn angry, or why I'm on these people's heads so much about spewing this fake ass information. And then y'all let these motherfuckers steal from y'all, right? Remember when we was the woke people? Remember when we was woke? Now you got Trump up there talking about some, yeah, we killing the woke shit, and he putting that on the Democrats. That's not they shit. Just like fake news, that was our shit. These motherfuckers steal all your shit and repackage it and sell it back to you, and you buy it. I'm not buying it. There are consequences for the fuck shit y'all doing, and you're gonna be accountable one way or another. One way or fuck another, you're gonna be accountable for the shit. Ooh, that's too deep. That's too deep. I love this picture. Enemy number 1 and enemy number fucking 2. I don't understand y'all psyche. How can you see these two niggas as anything else but two niggas? Can somebody explain that to me? Because this guy is wealthy and this guy is wealthy, right? And you was a broke motherfucker. Even if you like me and you ain't really broke, you ain't got no bread nowhere near these two motherfuckers. So what would make you align yourself with you? You hated the Democrats so bad, and I understand that. I don't like fucking knowing that transsexual, mentally unstable motherfuckers is going to schools and read to the fucking babies and all this other whole ass shit. But that's not gonna make me jump out the frying pan into the fucking fire. You don't go out and give your vote up since you vote. You don't do that. You make some type of demands and let them know, oh, if none of y'all are gonna agree to our demands, we ain't voting for neither one of you bitches. That would have been the intelligent choice to make. Man, quit playing. Ooh, April 12th, 2025. Let's bypass that. And these are the pictures I was waiting to get to. You see how what's his name? Bush. See how he holding what's her face hand? He loved Michelle Obama, right? So if what's his name? If Barack Obama is a gay Bob, then so is motherfucking George Bush. He fuck with Michelle. Cause him and Michelle like to drink beer and talk about how all of these politicians is some little bitches. That's what they do. They got common ground. They fuck with each other. He fucking love. Look at him. She got him grinning like a chess cat at his daddy funeral. That's how much he loved Michelle. Shoot yourself. Smack the shit out yourself, bro. Man, I swear, Asir, I wouldn't even be mentioning your name right now if you wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? You was on that post beating your chest, bro, about some shit that is clearly a fucking fallacy. Wait. I talked to, hold on 1 second, y'all. I'm back. I don't know what happened to my pictures though. I was trying to why did the pictures disappear? We got to get through this Michelle Obama and George W. Bush shit. Then I'ma bounce on y'all. So let's go back to it. So like I say, he love her. You know what I'm saying? It's obvious. It's too many pictures with them holding hands and hugging and shit. You don't see him real close like that with Barack. And again, Barack is his cousin. This ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, just like I'm saying Barack and George Bush's cousins, right? And just like somebody else would say Michelle Obama is a man. Okay, you could look up both of those things and you're going to be able to find evidence that Barack is cousins with George W. Bush, Prescott Bush, and Barack's granddad, you know what I'm saying, have the same grandparents. Okay, just like, you know, your cousins, you got cousins, right? Then y'all got the same grandparents or whatnot, right? It's easy to find. Barack Obama has been going to visit the Bushes his entire life because that's his fucking cousins. And if you want more reference outside of you, if you a lazy motherfucker and you don't want to, you know what I'm saying, do a little digging, which you don't have to do a lot of digging about that. It's common knowledge. You can go listen to Peace Be Upon Him, Baba Richard Gregory. Y'all call him Dick Gregory. I call him Richard Gregory, right? He talked about this all the time. Just like when somebody tried to ask him if he thinks that Michelle Obama is a man, and I put this shit on Facebook some years ago. His response to that is fucking epic. Which is why I know I'm on the right path when I say I don't respect you motherfuckers. I don't have to respect a man who will call a fucking woman a man and you ain't never been in that bitch panties. Now, obviously, you may not listen to me, but I would think you would listen to Dick Gregory and his response. Like, nigga, what the fuck is you asking me? Don't ask me no shit like that. Fuck is wrong with you? He say, even if I thought she was a fucking man, I wouldn't say no shit like that. That's a real man, and that's a man that I respect. You rest of you niggas, I don't respect you. I gotta say what it is. Now, you can earn your respect back. You can earn your respect back from me, but I don't respect you. I don't respect you based off of your responses when I corner your motherfucking ass about the shit. And all of this, me saying that's what a real man would do, and I'll scratch all of that shit. That's what a respectable, stand-up nigga who know how to hold his own nutsack would function. I'm not gonna get out here and call no another man, wife, no fucking woman. Because you wouldn't do it in real life. If these were people that you could face-to-face interact with, your pussy ass would never say that shit. Barack, backhand the fuck out one of you niggas. Fuck out of here with that shit. Let me finish these pictures so I can get off here so I can stop cussing. Look at him kissing all on her. Can I blow it up? And that's the daddy Bush before he passed. And that's there. You can tell that they've been around each other for decades. Before Barack became a CEO of USA Inc., they already had a relationship with the Bushes because that is his bloodline. She's known these motherfuckers for as long as she's been married to Barack. So if Barack is a faggot, guess what? So is Daddy Bush and Son Bush. And I know that don't mean shit to y'all. You know, if it's more important for you to have a following than for you to be fucking telling the truth, then I'm going to keep aiming at your ass. Pop, 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 pop. Keep aiming at you. You fair game. You fair game. Look at them. They be kicking it like a mother. Where Barack at? Nowhere. Like I say, these two be drinking some cognac, some whiskey, had them a couple beers, and they be kicking it. They be kicking it like, fuck Biden, bitch ass. This is fake motherfucker, blah, blah, blah. Fuck Hillary, blah, 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 blah. They be kicking it. She is far from a political person, and she's expressed that. This nigga off my TV. Get that nigga off me. Okay, so this is the 7th grader that was given an assignment to trace her lineage. She decided to put together a massive presidential family tree and found that every single U.S. president, except for Martin Van Buren is related to the king, to King John of England, right? But again, when we're talking about Barack Obama and Prescott Bush and his sons, his son and his grandson, they are more directly relatives. I'm probably not wording that right, but it is what it is. That's her again. And this is somebody else. This has been done multiple times before the little girl done it. What made her, her study more significant is that they broadcast it all on Fox, NBC, and CNN. Jeb, good old Jeb, and good old George. Jeb and Trump. You know what that is? Slav, Yugoslavia, Czechoslavia. All right. I didn't write the book. Don't get mad at me. I didn't write the book. Don't get mad at me. I didn't write the book. Don't get mad at me. I didn't write the book. Don't get mad at me. I didn't write the book. Don't get mad at me. So, it again, you can have all this knowledge right here, right? And what you do is you lose all credibility when you start promoting fake shit. That's right. I wrote that book. Huh? What to say? In 1987, Trump ran 130,000 of. Oh yeah. That's when he 137 of half-page ads aggressively attacking NATO, and he did that during the Cold War, right after returning from his very first trip to Moscow. Trump's trip to Moscow in 1987 was organized by the KGB's travel agency. I don't give a fuck. That would make no difference to me. That's not the reason why I don't fuck with him. I don't fuck with him for a multitude of reasons. First of all, he's an 80-year-old, blue-eyed, blonde-haired man who wrapped his hair all around his head. So you all can remember how many times rappers mention Trump in their songs, right? And they wasn't saying, hey, Trump, I got long money like Trump. He not a racist. That's not what the fuck they said. They were just talking about how long his money was, right? Rappers, we as MCs, we mention a lot of people. You see what I'm saying? Based off of their celebrity status, not based off of their political agendas. But just as many rappers who mention Trump in their songs, I recall just as many comedians roasting Trump when I was a child about that hair. Like, when he gonna cut that one string of hair? He got this one piece of hair wrapped around his whole fucking head. I heard that same joke be told by multiple fucking comedians. But all y'all can seem to remember is arrogant ass MCs mentioning he was one of the rich people that they mentioned in their song. So the fuck what? So what? That mean you go vote for the motherfucker, you dumb bitch? Look at this nigga. This nigga say Michelle Obama is a man, but he got on a fake R. Kelly chain and shit. Talking about his name, Star Kelly, Kels. And I tagged him in the video too. Peace, God, if you listening. Put your deuce up. Because I'm swinging with no gloves. White gold. I didn't write the book. But you know what it's about, right? And again, we're about to get into this. Please let me be able to zoom it just a little bit. Let me zoom. That was too much. But this right here, this is a Trump voter. So take me down. Take me down, right? This is a Trump voter. This is who you aligned yourself with. You see, they got the black man and he's pointing at the pharaoh saying, my ancestor. But in reality, they saying, this your ancestor with this big ass button in his motherfucking lip. This not your ancestor, bitch, you dreaming. This is what Trump voters, this kind of shit they put out here. The very same people who made this meme right here is the very same motherfuckers who photoshopped all them fake ass pictures of Michelle Obama saying she was a man. This is what you aligned yourself with. Lip plate. Thank you, bro. We're gonna have to start putting super chats in here just for Brother T. Come back. I don't even want to go through all that because I don't give a fuck what they do. They are not balancing the books at all for us as a people, and they won't do it until we make them do it. And you willy-nilly switching parties is not bringing about any type of remedy or recourse for us as a people. Understand that. And if you just tuned in, hit the like. Can you hit the like for me? How hard is that to do? Goddamn, I'm giving you gold right here. The least I can do is get a like. Goddamn. And I don't know if it's because I'm only seeing the Facebook likes or I'm only seeing the YouTube likes. But goddamn it, if you don't like it, get the fuck off turn this bitch off. I'm thorough with it. If you don't like what the fuck I'm saying and what I'm doing, kick the fucking rocks. Fuck on. And I love this because, again, the very, instead of mimicking the white man and calling your woman a fucking man, you should be calling her a superhero. I promise you, I thought I was Superwoman. You can tell me I wasn't Superwoman after I had my son, right? Waiting on a house to be remodeled, waiting on them to finish remodeling the house. I was staying in those apartments on 8 Mile in Southfield, which back in the day, before we was born, to my understanding, was some type of very fancy hotel, right? So, my ex-husband, they, had contracts with Bed Bath & Beyond, however the fuck you say that, where they were going state to state, putting a new lighting system in their stores and shit like that. So I was literally by myself. Just, damn, thank you, bro. Look at there. Look at that shit right there. That's what I'm talking about. Peace, God. I was literally, because I'm in an apartment, so I'm going to the laundromat with my son, toting him in the little baby seat and shit. I'm going to the grocery store with my son, toting him with the little baby seat. And guess what? When I get home, I got to carry all them groceries up the stairs and a brand new baby. You couldn't tell me I wasn't Superwoman, because that's literally how I felt. A lot of our brothers who aren't single parents don't get to experience that. And you know what I'm saying? I'm not either or way. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, because a vast majority of our brothers was like my ex-husband. He was out on the road making that money and sending that fucking money home, right? So would I rather have a man sitting at home helping me carry these groceries and this baby in and out the house and we broke as fuck? Or have him be on the road making money? You know what I'm saying? And I gotta do what I gotta do, because I'm Superwoman any motherfucking way. Yes, I can carry the baby, the groceries, and the laundry up fucking 3 flights of fucking steps. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the fuck I was doing. And to me, that is a superhero. That is a superhero, because that ain't no easy task to do. Not to mention, if I told you what my occupation was at the fucking time, like, believe me, I was Superwoman. I had to make a lot of Superwoman fucking choices. Am I gonna go out here and fuck with these yams? Or am I gonna say, fuck it, I'm gonna have to shut it down for the night because I don't have nobody to sit here with my child? I made some very, very rough decisions during that time. But the beauty of it all is I wasn't broke, right? I had 2 cars, stayed in an apartment, you know what I'm saying? Not because I had to, but because, again, you know, a home was being remodeled, 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms. You see what I'm saying? Just for me, my child, and my ex-husband to fucking stay in. So this ain't about being broke. You so broke, you got to carry the baby. Nah, bitch, you don't got the shit to do with that. Right? This was what first of all, I'm the type of mother that did not want my baby exposed to everybody. So having somebody sit with my child while I run here and there, you know what I'm saying? It could have been an option for me, but that wasn't a choice that I wanted to fucking make. So I had to be superwoman and carry the baby, the laundry bags, and the motherfucking groceries into the fucking house. Mind you, my son was born October the 12th, so I'm doing this throughout November, December, and a portion of January on my own in the snow. Right? Right? Whether I was in the excursion or whether I was in my Corsica. Right? It was going down. It's just what it is. I'll be listening to what's her name? Alicia Keys, that song she has, Superwoman. Like, yep, that's me like a motherfucker, because this is not no easy task. Here we go with the passport brother shit. Get this shit off my TV. And here's another Trump voter. I got this. Let me take my brother down. Again, thank you, bro. Appreciate you. For another Trump voter, nothing has ever been invented within the green area of this continent. Absolutely nothing. Not even writing. Zero. Go a Trump voter. These type of motherfuckers that put this type of shit on the internet. This is who you align yourself with. And again, watch one of my moles try to move the goalposts and be like, well, we ain't from over there no way. Shut your bitch ass up. Take that fez off. Obviously, you don't got knowledge yourself. You see what this say here at the bottom of my screen? These are kind of more, I come from Bobby Ill. Superior knowledge. No people who carry recessive genes can predate us anywhere on this mother plane. Again, no people who carry recessive genes can predate us anywhere on this mother plane. So yes, we are the first in America, and we is the first every motherfucking where else. So this is still a slight at you, this post right here. But again, these are the people who some of y'all aligned yourselves with. So let's see. Let's see. Look at this shit. And this the cat who this shit. Some of these pictures this is a Trump voter. Now, granted, we know that Confederacy flag belongs to us because we had the Confederations. The Iroquois was a Confederacy. And the Powhatan was a Confederacy. This white man ain't had no motherfucking Confederacy. He was allowed to establish colonies over here in order to do business, to do commerce and trade over here. And he had to pay us a tax in order to do it. But you know, he's a cheap, dirty motherfucker. He would rather go to war with us than pay us what the fuck he owe us. So let's keep going. See what else. Look at it. I don't want to see that. Y'all, look at this shit. These are Trump voters right here that you aligned yourself with, my brother. Elamine, is you on here? I was going back and forth with my brother. You know what I'm saying? Because he voted for Trump. Right? And it's okay, you voted for Trump. Do like the white man. Keep that shit to yourself. Fuck you tell me for. And what the fuck is every day, 9-10 times a day, you are posting some Trump nut-hugging post every day to celebrate this cracker. Y'all get on my motherfucking nerves. I don't give a fuck because you voted for that nigga. Huh? I am a fucking, you can call me an American national or you can call me a sovereign of the land. I don't vote, bitch. So don't tell me about who the fuck you vote. And you celebrating the fact that you voted. Show me that you need to take that fucking fez off because you do not know the difference in between de facto and de jure government. Again, if your ass went out and voted and you posting how great Trump is every motherfucking day, when this nigga not gonna put $1 in your fucking pocket, right? You do not know the difference in between de facto and de jure government, right? You don't. I'm your mama. I'm your mama. You my son, mijo. You my son, mijo. Pay homage, mijo. Be humble, mijo. Be accountable, mijo. And if you didn't know, mijo is son in Espanol. Son. Mijo, mija. Pay homage. About to tell me shit. Like I told my brother, you probably can teach me some shit about crypto, but this shit we running down right here, you can't teach me a fucking thing about this shit. I'm telling you that this is not how sovereigns function, right? And this nigga want to tell me about, see, you talk that go against what we do. That's that sovereign citizenship. Bitch, I didn't say sovereign citizen, because sovereign citizen within itself is an oxymoron. You're either sovereign or you a citizen subject, ward of state. You can't be both. So you don't know what the fuck you talking about. And if you gonna lock this motherfucker up, you put his cousins and the rest of them bitches in there too, which would be Trump and whoever the fuck, and Hillary. Again, go look it up. It's Hillary Rodham Clinton and what's that bitch name? Donald Trump. Are they related? Are they cut? Go Google this shit right now, because I done already did it and showed it to y'all multiple times since 2016. When y'all thought that Trump was gonna put Hillary Rodham Clinton in fucking jail. Not that you thought it, he lied to you and told you what the fuck he was. Just like that nigga lied and said he was gonna build a wall and make Mexico pay for it. The same way Trump has not mentioned one single solitary time that the Chinese are over here with the legal police stations. In Dallas, they had one in New York that they found and shut down. He not gonna admit to you the fact that it's damn near more Chinese coming in through that fucking border than it was people from Central and South America. Do you don't think he knew this shit? But see, he want to be able to take all the credit for shutting down these secret Chinese police stations, right? Which is why he told Biden not to fuck with that border. That's my demonstration. I'ma handle that shit. You get your old decrepit ass, what do you call him, Sleepy Joe? You get your bitch ass up out of here. That's what he did. Peace, that's peace, God. It's I was delegated to do this. I hold 2 delegation of authority orders by way of Unity Washita and United Washita. And the only reason I don't have one by way of Empire Yamaya Washita is because the Empress was how you say that? Incapacitated. How you say that? Y'all know I be fucking some words up. You know, she was in a nursing home at the time, and her mental state wasn't what it was in the late 90s, right? I'm the early 2000 edition. By that time, you know, and this is another reason I've been going so hard. Like my brother Toriano, I can't apologize for none of the shit that I said to you, bro. Just know I fucking love you. But I'm not going to apologize for a fucking thing that I said to you or no motherfucking body else. Because like I told you, people are using, peace be upon her, Empress Verdiasi name, but none of you niggas came forth to avenge her. Not one of you. I'm the only person I know on God's green earth. I don't even know one of her blood relatives that stepped up to avenge the shit that happened to her. Did y'all know that somebody broke both of her legs? And not nan one of you bitch ass niggas did shit about it? I had to come all the way from fucking Detroit and fucking travel all over this motherfucking North America and threaten motherfuckers and make phone calls to motherfuckers to tell me who the fuck did the shit. Since y'all telling me that the person I was told that did it didn't do it, which was cool with me because he had passed on. eventually. He was still living when it was told to me that he was the motherfucker that did it. But according to the Empress stepson and the sitting queen mother at the time, as well as some of her blood relatives, they swore up and down to me that that motherfucker didn't do that to her. So we gonna find out who the fuck did it to her, right? I'm the same way you see me, and back then my money was longer than what the fuck it is now, right? The same way you see me on here telling niggas, put a rack up and debate me about this Michelle Obama shit, was the same way I was letting it be known, whoever find this motherfucker for me, you gonna eat. You gonna eat good. What, you need a car? I'm from the D. Whatever fucking kind of car you want. Because whoever the fuck did this need their head bashed in. Right? But again, this is the reason niggas don't fuck with me. Because they want to be fake. You understand? It's more important to them to gain or keep a fucking little bitch ass following than it is to stand on their oath. We have oaths. You have an oath. Don't fuck with me. And you know I ain't talking about no sorority or fraternal oath, or no boule oath, or no oath to the state of Michigan, or oath to the state of California. That ain't what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm talking about your oath to these various indigenous movements that felt like you were intuitive and intelligent enough to be deserving of a delegation of authority order to minister to the people. It's your job to do exactly what I've been doing for 20 plus fucking years. And y'all haven't been doing it. So I'm calling you. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck how many documents you file. Let me show you something. I don't give a fuck what a nigga talk about. Do you see these? Wait, I'm going too far over that way. What is shit? I can't even aim. You see those two bags right there? You see that Guess bag and that Christian Dior Doom bag right there? And you see that big ass white book right there? Well, it's a whole nother briefcase. It's a whole nother briefcase inside of this closet that I done pulled out on y'all before, right? That probably weigh like 25 fucking pounds. Full of documents that I have filed with, I filed in fucking Georgia, that I have filed in North Carolina, and that I have put on record in Washington, D.C., and that I have put on record in the state of Michigan. Nobody has more motherfucking documents filed than me. So don't talk to me about what the fuck you have filed, my brother Toriano in Pulaski, Tennessee. I don't give a fuck. Know this. You see it Pulaski County. So let me not say Pulaski, Tennessee, because I didn't Google to see how many counties are named Pulaski, right? You know, a lot of people don't see. I'm knowledgeable in the way that I know, okay, we right here in what they call Wayne County, right? But this is not the only Wayne County in North America. So it would be asinine of me to assume that when you said, you know, the things that you have on record in Pulaski County is what you said to me, right? But the first thing I thought of when you said Pulaski County is the Ku Klux Klan. And if you rock with me, you know why that's the first thing that came to my mind, right? The Ku Klux Klan party was started in Pulaski, Tennessee, right? My paternal lineage owns most of the town right next door to Pulaski, Tennessee, which is in Elkton, Tennessee. And according to my uncle, my pop, before he passed, they always let me know that we lived right next door to the Ku Klux Klan, and they never came and violated that land not once. They didn't burn a motherfucking thing down. They didn't catch one of our ancestors and hang them. They didn't fuck with us. So that's the bloodline I come from. I don't know what the fucks some of these retarded motherfuckers that's on here claiming to be Moors and chiefs and sheiks and sheikesses and shit. Y'all is pussies. You a pussy. Let me say, pussy willow. You're pussy willow. Right? And I don't respect you. So let's finish with the pics. Let's finish this so I can get up out of here and I can let y'all go. And we can do this again on a Saturn's Day. how we do. So these are your Trump voters right here. Just the shit they do. You agree with this? Then you need to go and live amongst them and with them. And watch when they go down. Watch what they do to you, your woman, and your child. They're going to kill you and eat your bitch ass. Let's go. These are Trump voters. You believe in Santa Claus? And you wave around this Star-Spangled Banner, right? With the gold fringes on it. Representing Admiralty Maritime Law. That's the shit that you be doing. You be teaching your kids to pledge allegiance to the Star-Spangled Banner. And when we start talking about Star-Spangled Banner, you got to talk about Francis Scott Keys. So every time you sing that shit, you are forsaking your ancestors. The same way you forsake your ancestors when you went and voted. I don't give a fuck if you voted for Kamala, whatever the fuck her name is, or you voted for Trump. You forsaking your ancestors. Fuck out of here. Not on my level. This my level right here. This my level right here. Put it up. This what I'm talking about right here. But see, some of y'all is like, no. We gonna let them come in, conquistadors in, and we gonna vote for them. We're gonna take on their surnames. You gonna take on their surnames? And you gonna start habla español and let go of your original tongue? Yeah, this you niggas right here. And I don't give a fuck about no NASA and the Germans. Look at it. They love each other so much. They be having beers together and shit. That's what they be doing. They don't even fuck with Barack like that. When your wife is more buddies with your cousin than you is. That's what the picture should say. So again, if Obama is gay, so is this nigga. Give a fuck. Y'all got me fucked up. Let's go. And I don't even care if Barack could be very well bisexual. I don't fucking know. But what I do know is that is a woman from the south side of Chicago. And y'all can miss me with that racist shit. And these are two women from Compton, California. Right here. Take it high. You may not be attracted. This is the whole thing. All of you fake ass conscious motherfuckers. Because you the problem. Right? It's not a lot of people who... The Christians ain't calling these... ain't saying the shit you saying. That's you Moors and the rest of you motherfuckers. But the proof is in the pudding. We have been rooting for Venus and Serena since the early 2000s, right? And many of us, especially me, I was conscious in 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003. I thought I was a Hebrew Israelite up until 2003, but so the fuck what? I had a level of consciousness to know certain things, like what the celebration of Easter was really about. I knew about that in the 90s as to where I was teaching it to my younger brother and younger sister. But my point is this. In the early 2000s, Phil Valentine, any motherfucking you can name from the conscious community was not calling these women little fucking girls. If you was so fucking metaphysical and three-dimensional and all of the other motherfucking shit that these motherfuckers claim to be, and you know every motherfucking thing as to where you can't listen to your own fucking sister who love you more than a motherfucking Trump dump, whatever the fuck you want to call him. None of you niggas was saying that these girls was fucking boys back then. What you was doing was looking at their booties. Keep it a buck. Stop lying. You can lie to yourself, but you're not gonna lie to me, nigga. None of y'all was saying that them girls, you didn't start saying that until post 2009, nigga. You know why you didn't start saying it until post 2009? Because the neo-Nazi skinhead motherfuckers didn't put that fake ass satire information out until 2009. So miss me with that shit and take this ass whooping and this tongue lashing I'ma be giving. You deserve it. Be accountable for your mistake, nigga. Stand up like a man and give me something to respect and I'll respect it. Other than that, shut the fuck up. I'm not none of your overly Christian scary ass wives or your overly Islamic scary ass wife. I don't give a fuck about that shit. And if you was more worried about bringing your own wife into some kind of form of right knowledge and knowledge of self, you wouldn't be running around talking about another man's wife is a fucking man. Again, these are two girls. None of you niggas was saying this shit back then. You wait till the fucking crack ass white man said this shit, then you came out and said this shit. So whoever got the $1,000, we want to take it down to 500? Because I'm not debating nobody. We both gonna put that money up and put it in somebody else's hands. You understand? And we gonna let the people decide. And the people is gonna be a mixture. It's not gonna be all conscious people. Because you the most traitor motherfuckers that it is. So we so motherfucking conscious and got so much motherfucking knowledge, we would have been up out the fucking hole. And your bitch ass wouldn't be living just at the poverty line, just below it, or just above it. So let's keep it rolling. What we got? Let's keep it going. Here you go with your Star Spangled Banner singing ass. Did you know did you ever read the whole song? We ain't been over it. I don't want to talk about that shit. Fuck out of here. We know what it is. Peace to Detroit Red, L. Malik Hodge, L. Malik Shabazz. I know I'm doing it in the wrong order, but you know what it is. You know what the racist crackers call him? Malcolm Little. What do we call him? We call him Malcolm X. We call him Detroit Red. We call him L. Hodge Malik Al Shabazz. You know what I'm saying? We don't call him Malcolm Little. Yep. See how we tried to project this onto the brothers and sisters who were still immersed in Christianity, right? As if Islam and Judaism was any motherfucking better. Two branches of the same fucking tree of monotheistic patriarchal ideologies or theologies that have a father God but don't have a mother God. And that shit is homo as fuck. And it's another reason we so fucked up and hate our women so much. It's like Tupac said, when things went wrong, we blame mama. When shit went wrong, we blame mama. We ain't never blame fucking daddy. Some of you never knew your goddamn daddy, but you know who your mama is, don't you? So that's who we've always blamed. But again, we would have enough respect for ourselves to worship a mother and a father God. So many of you, you understand, who be on that fake amor shit, I don't respect you. I don't respect you. I don't know how much I can say it. I don't respect you. And it should be very concerning when your women don't respect you. And of course, I'm not projecting this onto all of my brothers, because all of my brothers, if I go to the post, and I should do it, y'all, but I will just do that shit tomorrow. I just want to get through these pictures right quick, right? But just as it was a large amount of brothers on there saying to us seer and the brother who posted shit that this shit about Michelle Obama ain't real. You niggas is delusional. You understand? So this don't go out to all of my fucking brothers. It don't. But those of you who the shoe foot fit, you gonna wear it. You gonna wear it. You give a fuck who you is. You gonna wear it. Wow. Yeah. It's almost over with again. Two little girls. Right here. Two little girls. Respect it. Respect it. You willing to be that disrespectful? I wish a motherfucker would call my daughter a fucking boy or a man. I'ma beat your motherfucking ass. I'ma show you. I'ma show you some 313 shit for real. I got time. I got time. I got time to avenge mine. You know what, y'all? I think that's the last. Yeah, that's the last photo right there. Right there. That's it right there. So like it, share it. I still don't like what he fucking likes us at. And I noticed the views kind of dropped a little bit when I said, if you know what I'm saying? If you don't like this shit, don't look at it. Get the fuck on. I meant that shit too. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about no views. But again, if you don't even gotta like what I'm saying, at least appreciate the fucking truth for a change, right? And if you appreciate me telling the truth, hit the like button. Period. Share, because we all need this math I just put down this evening. We all need this math, and there's an abundance of comments on here, and I believe me, I love and appreciate y'all with all of my heart. With all of my heart. It's a couple people who the fucking shoe fits, but many of them, you know what I'm saying? Try to act like it wasn't me. No, nigga, it was you. It was you. We've been going over this shit since 2014. You are the king of saying this shit. And again, I'm gonna be the god of you repenting or not. You know what I'm saying? Or not, That's your decision as to whether you want to be accountable and actually humble yourself, right? And tell the fucking truth. That would be a wonderful thing. And that would allow your sister to get up off your ass. But until then, it's foot to ass, foot to ass, foot to ass. Just like how your mama do you. Foot to ass. Just like how your daddy did you. Foot to ass. Now, nan one of you, and look, these same scholars was around when these little girls was little girls, and when they was whipping the white girls out the Wimbledon, how the fuck you say that shit? Now, again, nan one of y'all was calling them little boys back then. And my nigga D. Calico, you was barely goddamn out of fucking kindergarten, right? So how could you not listen to somebody like me who goddamn to a certain degree put you on, nigga? We was friends for a long time on motherfucking Facebook before you gained a little following. So it's not, you don't question the fact that motherfuckers who I knew before you knew them. All of these fucking years, these niggas have rarely mentioned me, right? But now they mentioning you. And not mentioning me. Nigga, it's a reason. It's a reason. Because I've been called certain people out as pussies, again, for not avenging the Empress. None of these niggas did a fucking thing to avenge a motherfucker breaking both of her legs. But you got her up all as your profile picture. And you're standing on her foundation, which is why you always mentioning her. Because really, without her, you ain't got shit. You don't have none of this indigenous, aboriginal, autochthonous fucking knowledge at all. You don't have any templates to copy and paste and make your goddamn documents off of. You don't have shit without her. So I hope this give y'all a better over and understanding as to why I don't respect a lot of these brothers and sisters. I just don't. I don't have to. And they ain't got shit for me. Not just in the realm of knowledge itself, whether you're talking about commercial presentments or you're talking about history or you're talking about contract law. I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. I ace all that shit enough to where I can't even remember half of the shit because it don't fucking matter. I don't expect criminals to honor law. When I'm talking about criminals, I'm talking about your police. I'm talking about your magistrates, judges, bailiffs, court clerks. None of these bitches really honor, they rarely honor law. So what the fuck is the purpose of me? A lot of them goddamn documents that I just showed you the bags, you understand? To a certain degree, was really a waste of my motherfucking money and energy. right? I'm putting people on notice that violate us left and right, day and night. We stronger together. Together, you understand? We can, if we don't get the results, or we don't get the type of remedy or recourse that we looking for them by way of reparations, restitution, compensation, then we get in, we practice self-reparations right now, right? Overstood. But we not doing that because we not coming together. When that's the easiest shit that the fuck we can do. But you want to hate me because I got $50 more than you. And fuck with it. I don't want my son around none of you bitch ass niggas. And that's sad. That's sad. What woman wouldn't want her child in an environment of scholars? Me. If scholars is fucking scammers, I don't want you around my babies. Right? The way you are willing to mislead masses for fucking little nickels and shit, for wooden nickels. Nah, I don't want you around my fucking son. I want my son calling no fucking woman a man and you ain't never been in her panties. Get the fuck out of here. So let me get out of here, y'all, because y'all know I'll be talking. It'll be fucking, is it 6 in the morning yet? We don't even know. But it's a lot of mess to be cleaned up, so it's to be expected. It's to be expected, so I'm going to leave y'all with this. I'm going to leave y'all with this right here, and we'll do this again tomorrow evening. Peace.
YouTube, you fools try to limit me, muting and deleting channels, thinking that's the end of me. Y'all are not on my level, smaller than a centipede. This is my purpose, TBT is a ministry. I do not tire, my God gives me energy. Chose by Messiah, you believe, come get with me. Married to a black queen, we got the illest chemistry. Founded the Black Tube, and now we making history. Black Tube, 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 what? Black Tube, 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 what? TBT, 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 what? TBT, 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 what? TheBlackTube.com. I'm a giant killer, son of an omniscient God who's realer. If this be the thriller in Manila, I'm Ali in his prime. It's showtime, go time, about to take what's mine. We are not with your agenda, we showing real life.
Supreme.
Shock.
They say I'm dope, I said I'm smoke, fire, blowing air, carbon, earth, solid, water, wet. I'm steady beat, a sister soldier that dies effects. So gone with all that hoopla and rah-rah, unless you talking about Atun, Namuna, Amara, pineal glands, all seeing eyes. We call the third eye, we came to build, not pay your bill. Slam municipality, city seals like roadkill, descendants of ancient mound builders. Not supposed to need encyclopedias, genetically encoded with 720. We got amnesia, claiming we Christian cretins in love with Yahweh, Muhammad, and Jesus. But you was living inside of God when you was a fetus. But believers and never believers, non-believers, cause we don't be lying, shaking hands